Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the human turret himself, the world champion, one of the best ARs to ever do it. Give it up for Sam LaRue, a.k.a. Octane. We got the multi-champion, some of the best analysis in the game. Give it up for Christopher Duarte, a.k.a. Parasite. We got the multi-world champion, multi-champion, legend icon to the Call of Duty space. Give it up for Patrick Price, a.k.a. Eggs. And then, of course, we got the one and only, the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for the one and only Mboze Retires. Gentlemen, what's going on, man? How you guys doing? How you guys feeling? It's been it's been about a week since we last regrouped and talked about some of the shit that's been going around the CDL, because there's a lot to talk about, guys. A lot to talk about.
Yeah, but Tom, today was one of the rare days in the Midwest where it was like 60 degrees today. Normally it's like 30 degrees. I actually got out and played golf.
That's nice. I saw you had the stream up too. How's the golfing stream been doing? You were golfing with Nameless today.
Yeah, I was golfing with Nameless, my friend Swede, my friend Ben. It was good. I mean, it was super windy. It was like 20-mile-an-hour winds.
We all know Swede. We all know Swede, right? I think we all know Swede in here. I love Swede.
Swede's an OG of the COD scene.
Yeah, he's an OG, man.
Well, yeah, no, it was good. We had a good
People thought Swede was a COD burner.
Yeah,
really
I remember that.
Like,
Swede was definitely not the COD burner, though.
They're like, I'm the COD burner, Fike's the COD burner, Swede's the COD burner. Like,
I was on the Ben. I was on the Ben for a little bit there.
Oh, you were on to me. Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, don't say it like that. Come on, what's wrong with you?
All right.
Okay, listen, let's regroup. Sam, how you doing? I saw that you're number one in all of ranked play.
The best Call of Duty player on the planet, according to the ranked leaderboards.
Sam, that is crazy, bro. Number one, how much you been grinding, bro? You've been playing with Colt too, huh?
Yeah, like 8 hours. 8 hours a day. It's nothing crazy. Yo, Chris, what rank are you?
So how does that work if you're all going for number one?
You're third?
I don't think Colt's actually pursuing number one actively. I don't think is what he said this year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm not either.
Yeah. So I have like a fake rank one.
Sam, I'll pass you overnight, and then you can have it again in the morning when you wake up.
Sure.
Yeah, that is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
so
I'm
you
the
guys
best
are
Call of
just
Duty player on
trading.
the planet.
So you have number
For
one
now.
right now, Sam. And when you go to bed, is Chris gonna get number one, and then he's gonna take his picture, and then you're gonna tweet out that you're number one in the world?
I think I'm
Chris?
just gonna tweet every day that I'm rank one after I take it back.
I don't tweet that. I don't care.
Okay.
I did the first day, but that was it.
Not my bad, bro.
Also, I'm getting poked by a Shotzi in the TeamSpeak saying drag to the channel, please. The only problem is this Shotzi or is this MC?
It's got to be MC. Bro.
Oh, no, maybe.
No, it's not MC because MC's down there.
No, it's actually Shotzi. Does he actually want into the channel on the flank? Does he want on? Let me
That
ask
might not
him.
be Shotzi, though.
Let me just, I don't know. That's weird. Unless maybe he thought I was playing rank play. He might not even know we're doing a flank right now.
No, it isn't. Hey,
Yo, we're in the middle of a flank, Ant.
Oh, no. I'm saying drag the Scott
you need
channel.
to drag to the other channel? Oh, no problem,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Thank you for joining us today in the flank, man. We appreciate it.
Yo, have a good show, bro.
Hey, take it easy. Take it easy.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.
User was moved out.
All right.
All right.
They're playing
Shotzi,
rank
ladies and gentlemen.
Shotzi, ladies and Shotzi. That's fucking Shotzi. There he goes. It's been an absolute pleasure having him. Everybody give a round of applause for Shotzi. He took my spot with my rank play squad.
Actually, drag him back in here and ask him about his playstyle.
Nah, hell no. That's sort of whole. We're not starting that convo right now. We're not starting that convo.
Wait, so to go back to what you're talking about, so because this whole like we don't know if people are MC or not, Adam, who kind of runs the TeamSpeak, has made a special like status for MC, so you know when he joins if he's got a special icon next to his name, you're getting trolled.
Well, that's
nice.
good to know because I have been trolled by him for weeks, and he keeps getting me. He got me really bad the other day, pretending to be Scrappy, and I really thought it was Scrap. But hey, shout out to MC Pat. How you doing, Pat? You been playing any ranked play or no?
Yeah, I'm number one, Tom.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
you're number one, Slay.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't
Sam,
think I've seen you on the score. I don't think I've been seeing you on the scoreboard.
It's a different gamer tag, of course, Tom. But you
That
know,
cannot be true.
that's why I was running a little late today. I saw Sam stop, so I wanted to take that number one spot from him. I did.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I've been grinding.
That's crazy.
Is that you, God Bowser?
No, that's not me.
Yeah, that God Bowser, is that you? Let's lock in. We got a lot to talk about today. Chris, we got to you, right? Chris, we got to you. You're talking about your number 3.
Oh yeah. No, I'm chilling.
How's the
Rank's
gym
fun.
grind going, Chris? How's the gym grind
Gym
going?
grind's good. Listen, I'll never miss an opportunity to talk about the gym. Everyone's like, dude, stop tweeting about the gym. Listen.
It's
I'm
positivity.
good.
It's good stuff, though. I feel like
I'm just
anything.
trying to inspire people, bro.
I never judge anybody who posts positive shit. If you want to post working out at the gym every day, you post working out at the gym. Fuck it. It's better. It's better than some other this negative shit that's going on.
It's a way to keep myself accountable, but honestly, I mean, I'm doing it for myself. But at the end of the day, I kind of want to inspire people, right? Like, if I can change like my whole appearance, even if it's gonna take like another like year and a half, like it's fine. Like if I can do it, then hopefully I can inspire. Other people
Are you in Cali, Chris? Are you in Cali?
No, I'm in Texas.
Oh, you're in Texas right now. Okay, so nobody in here is in California. Apparently, there was an earthquake today And my girlfriend down the street from me was saying that she felt it and that it was crazy, and I didn't feel it, bro. I don't know, but shit.
Yeah, I was in a meeting, and there's a couple people on our team from LA, and they're like, "Oh shit, earthquake just happened."
There's a funny clip on Fox Sports 1 because I guess they were doing a show from LA, and their whole set started shaking. They were freaking out.
But how does that work? My girlfriend lives down the street from me. How come she's feeling it and I'm not feeling it? What is it? Like I was playing.
Because you were too locked in, I guess.
Was I that locked into rank? But
You
there's
might have
no
been locked. You
shot,
might have been
bro.
locked in a real hardpoint zone.
Nah, Tom, I think it's just your condo, bro. Great, it was a great
Bro,
building that you got there.
It could be, because it is a newer building, so that could be a big thing.
My whole life growing up, and I like rarely felt any of them, but I probably caused a couple when I like got out of bed.
Jesus
and shit, so.
Christ!
Asim said I'm faded.
Earthquake.
Yeah.
Asim said I'm faded. That's how. I feel like if I was faded, I would notice it even more. Like I'd start tweaking, but. I don't know. Very, very weird stuff. If you're in the California area, hopefully everything's okay and you're safe. But let's move on. There's a lot to talk about, guys. First thing on our radar, I was pretty vocal about this when everything was kind of dropping, but we changed up the map pool going into stage 2. I'm going to switch on over. This is what we're looking at. So it looks like for Search and Destroy, Rio, which is a new map, will be in, and Skid Row will be removed from the map set. And then for Hardpoint, Rio will be in, and Terminal will be removed. Definitely not mad at any of those changes at all. I think Rio's a great map. Rio plays really well in all games. I don't know. What about Control? Has anybody played Control on Rio? Is it ass?
No, it's actually really good, but teams don't want to play it.
What do you mean, Sam?
I've watched like probably 4-ish games of it, and like the spawns are pretty good. Like offense and defense are relatively like even if you play it correctly. But
why wouldn't the pros want to play it?
Because there's a lot of people that have some inside sources that people are voting biasly to not put it in. So I think the Rio Control is not happening.
You hate to hear it, bro.
I mean, why don't we just fucking call them out and just make this shit public? Who's not vote like?
I don't know who the actual people are. They didn't. My sources didn't tell me.
Yo, Scrappy.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Flank. I got a question for you. What's going on with Rio and the veto process and all this shit? What's going on? It's not. You guys aren't playing Rio Control. You guys don't fuck with it.
Rio Control.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Have you
You
guys
haven't
scrimmed
played
it?
it? Have you scrimmed it? Yeah.
We might have. I don't remember.
Why don't you guys? Sam was saying he's been watching it and it plays out really well. I mean, Control is a snooze right now. You guys don't want to get Rio Control in there. I mean, it's a great map.
I mean, yeah, I'm down. I guess.
You down? I thought there was a voting. Sam, I
Toronto
thought you
down.
said
Need 11.
Toronto's
I don't-
down. All right, we need 11 more.
I don't know. We never played it. I don't think. I actually don't remember.
Yo, AG, welcome to the Flank, bro. Are you down for AG? Are you down for Rio to be in Rio Control? Are you down for that?
Or wait, did we test Rio, AG?
I
I don't remember.
I can't remember honestly.
How the fuck don't you guys remember this shit? You never
Dude,
played
I'm
Rio
just
Control?
I'm spawning up and playing, and then I go
I
home.
don't think we've tested it.
You haven't tested it?
No, we played it once. Actually, we played it once.
So are you down to put it in the map set, AG? You down to put it in here?
I don't know. I don't have enough info on it. I'll be honest.
Yeah, me neither. That's what I'm saying.
So why don't you guys play it?
I think we test.
What do you want me to do right now? I don't.
What
Get
do
your
you mean?
team on and fucking scrim
Like
it.
tomorrow in scrim, just add it into the rotation and just play it. It'll take 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
I think it was. I think the map. Like something was wrong with it.
We did try it.
I'm pretty sure something was wrong with it. I think one of the points was dog shit. I can't remember which one it was. Though.
Yeah, Sam. You
AG,
said
I'm
the
on
map
A,
was
bro.
good.
The points
Yeah.
are dog
Come
shit.
on, bro.
I actually don't know.
All right, go back to
me
rank.
and
You
Ernie
guys
are
could
the
go
worst
back to
pick
rank.
off. Me and Ernie have no idea.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, the points are top mid, like all like where P1 is, like just the whole top middle, and then the other points outside of garage where Wave is.
I have a question, and this is in like no way being like from a hater perspective, right?
Yeah.
And it's obviously nothing against AG and Scrap in particular. Like this is a generic statement, but am I wrong to say that like the IQ, not the COD IQ, not the game sense, just like the IQ, like the actual IQ of today's era pros is like drastically lower than the older
Bro,
stuff.
what?
AG and Scrap, what?
Yeah, what do you
What
say,
kind of
bro?
fucking claim is that?
That
Wait,
this is no offense to AG
I'm not
and
even
Scrap,
asking
but these
you
guys
guys.
got
I'm
no-
talking
Like,
about
have a
I'm
real
talking about
discussion about
everybody, like from like all the entire league, not like one or two people. The whole league is what I'm saying.
The whole league? Like you just think as an
Everyone's
average, you
stupid.
think as an average the IQ has gone down? Is that what you're saying?
Drastically, yes, Tom.
He said no disrespect and throws daggers.
You guys are all fucking idiots. No disrespect, of course.
Yeah, like everybody's saying drag. Listen, I'm not gonna randomly just drag people like that and just force them on a show. But I just had a question. I was just curious if they played since they're in here. I'm just curious because if they haven't played Rio Control, Sam, it doesn't seem like they played it much. I think both of them said
Maybe
I
they
don't
haven't.
remember. Both of them said they can't remember. So I don't think they played it that much. I think that's a problem.
That is a problem. Because we have invasion control of the map pool.
Yeah, and exactly. And we see invasion control a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Like, I don't know
The
how
other two
much more.
games are a W, though.
Yeah, it's a W. One thing I want to talk about is the new maps that are coming in, Vista and Departures. Here, I could probably pull them up so we can take a look at them. Apparently, those maps can't be added in for Stage 2, for the Stage 2 map set.
Was anyone surprised by that, though?
I was a little surprised by it
I'm a little
because
surprised.
we didn't start the stage yet.
No. Yeah, but there's not enough time to like actually test the map and put it in and implement it. 4 days before they start playing.
I mean,
Oh, you mean a week?
Well,
before they
now-
start
Well,
playing?
no,
Yeah, now it's
I
a
mean,
week,
I
but-
had pros that were messaging me saying, "Yo, we
I know people want to play
playing.
Vista.
Like, yeah, they want to play Vista. Like, not so much Departures. This is more on the Vista side.
Yeah.
But apparently Vista plays out really good based on what I have been being told from the pros, and I feel like
Chris and I played it.
yeah, and I feel like, bro, me personally, Sam, I feel like a few days is enough practice. Everybody's on an even playing field. It's a new map for everybody. You know, it is.
I'm
you
not
just-
arguing you.
you
That's
know,
just
if people
the logic
are
of it.
uncomfortable with it, then you just veto it. You just get it out
by
the
the
pool.
by the time we get to the next stage, then more maps will be released, and then we might end up like having to like change even more maps. Like I think they need to be added damn near as soon as like they're dropped. Like unless it's like in the middle of a stage, like it doesn't matter if it's fucking a week or 2 weeks or a month or whatever. Like we just need to like get these maps
which
in
we
because the
had.
map pool is suffering.
Bro,
I
especially
love the
hardcore.
layout of this map.
It's nice. Vista's
yeah,
good,
I
dude.
think the only thing with Vista Search is that a point is very exposed. Like it is, if you plant on the out, I don't know how you guys feel.
It's
On the
bad.
outer rail on Vista, you can literally see that. Bomb
Yeah, no, that
from
bomb site sucks.
everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think.
I think it's strictly a hardpoint
map.
I don't think it's a hardpoint map. Do you want what the map it reminds
You mean
me
you
of,
mean
bro?
you don't think it's a search map?
Or
is what you
hard search map.
You guys
yeah.
talking
I don't know
about Vista?
Vista
Yeah.
kind of reminds me of like Throwback in a way. I guess maybe it's just that bridge area. Like it reminds me of a Throwback like type of like layout. I don't
Map's
know.
good though.
It
Yeah,
looks like a
yeah,
good
it's a
layout.
good
What,
map.
what don't you guys like about the bomb site, the A bomb site?
It's just literally you
It's
play in the
just
top
in
mid
the
and you can
open.
see it from fucking everywhere.
It's
Yeah.
an open railing, Tom. Like
Yeah.
it's not like a closed railing, so you can play any corner around there.
You
and
said they
you'll
would have
still be
moved
able
the
to see
site. I mean, could you see it being used if they moved the site? Looks like a good layout, at least
I
from
think so.
from-
If they
from-
put the bomb like on the bottom of the ledge, maybe.
Bro, Departure's actually not even a bad map too. That map
Yeah,
actually
Departures
got
is right
it.
here. So this is
Like,
Departures here. This looks
mid-
big though.
It's not. It's not.
It's not
It's
as
not
big.
that big.
Okay.
I timed
that
it.
big.
It took like 30 seconds to
I think
run
it,
across
I think it
one
was like
side of the map
I
to
think you
the
said it was
other.
like
Okay.
27 or something like that.
Yeah, this map
It's
looks
not
cool
bad.
too. This map looks dope.
So to explain, I guess, why Vista and Departures are not being added in, apparently the deadline for CDL players and the CDL to figure out what maps were coming in and out of the pool for Stage 2 was the night before Season 2 releases, which seems kind of backwards. And then, Spencer Peterson from the league's gonna, kind of explain some of the logic from their side of like, we want to make sure with the Challengers Cup coming this weekend that they would be more impacted than the pros would on a map pool response, which means like, why wouldn't you just sort of delay it a week? I feel like there's a lot of spin going on here, and to be honest, wasn't a lot of great management on the Activision side, knowing that there are these new maps coming in, they're competitive. Why would you not want to set a deadline? We can get those maps immediately so people
Bro,
start playing the game. Like
They should literally just not have it for this first Challenger Cup this weekend, and they should have added
Yeah,
it
that's
for the
a
fucking
horrible
league. Like, it's not hard
excuse.
to do it.
I don't
Like the
understand
challenger
it.
players
I don't
can just
understand it.
not play it. Like it doesn't matter.
And on top of that, like, bro, the fucking game changed like a couple days before Boston for the Challenger players. At least from the Activision, like the game side. Like, I get it, they can't control it because they're releasing patches for the public, but I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't actually care if it's.
And wait, hold
meant
on.
to
Yeah,
better
wait,
the
hold
map
on.
pool.
What, they care about challengers now?
Yeah,
Like, what?
I'm very confused
it's
as
spin,
to
bro.
like
It's
kind of
spin.
have like trying to have them hand in hand. Because I was also talking to Clay because I was playing rank play with Clay, and he was telling me that they want to keep the same thing, like they want to keep ranked play the same as what the pros are playing. That's what Clay was saying. But I was like, why? Like, why does it need to be the same? If anything, they can always add it into ranked play eventually.
Wait, Tom, that backs up the argument of the fact that they should have timed this better because literally a day later, two maps that are good for competitive theoretically dropped in. They could have put them in rank play. If it didn't work, take them out. So be it. But like they missed a real marketing beat here to like get these maps added in for competitive and for rank play. Like
The way the league,
it's a
it reminds me
huge
of my
miss.
tweet the other
the
day.
way the league and the patches are structured, it's like we're always a patch behind. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna add these maps when the next set of maps come out, and like for all we know, the next set of maps could be better than the current maps and even the maps that they added with season 2, and we're not even gonna get to play them. We're pretty much going to be towards the tail end of the season at this point. Like we need to
Yeah,
like, start
and I
figuring
reached
this
out behind the scenes. It didn't really go anywhere, but I was trying to just find answers as to why they didn't want to add it in. And some of my advice was to them too was that listen, we had a 6-month off season. We came back, we played. We had another 3 weeks off, holiday break or whatever. We come back, boom, major one's over. Have another 2 weeks off. Super Bowl here. Just feel like that the league has definitely like the energy around it just feels so like stale right now. I felt like adding more maps would just make it more exciting. It would just make it would freshen things up a little bit. In my opinion, I think it would have freshened things up.
If I'm being honest, I don't think that they thought that these maps were going to be usable.
Wait,
Like I genuinely think that like people were hyped about Rio and they like knew that there was like some sort of competitive viability there, and I don't think that they had any idea about Vista or Departures.
Departures
You won't wait, hold
literally in the marketing tag, like when they released like kind of flavor text about all the changes coming into season 2 before the patch notes dropped, they talked about how competitive Departures was. They had this gift wrap. They had the perfect situation gift wrap for everybody involved. These maps that could be good for competitive timed up with a break in between stages, and they fumbled the bag on it.
You want what they should be doing, and
Impressive.
you want what they should be doing, and I don't know if they'll ever do it, or if they're just worried about like not leaking, but like maybe it's like a marketing thing. What like there's a CDL client, right? Why doesn't the CDL client get an update with the new maps before they drop to the public, so that way pros can test them, so that way they're pre-tested. And then the season comes out, it's like, okay, we added the new maps into ranked, we added the new maps into the CDL. The pros already scrimmed them. Why are they not added to the pro client?
That's a great idea, Chris.
Yeah, I just realized that when they have a separate client, you may as well just add it in there and just let them test it early.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
You would think, Chris, but
I
apparently
mean, Call of Duty has never done public test. What? Every PC game ever has been doing public test servers for forever.
I'm talking about for COD, where like
but it's the same thing. It is. It's the same thing. It's a private test server. It's the exact same thing.
It's the CDL client. It's the one they use for their matches.
But all it is just a public test server. Games have been doing that forever. Call of Duty has always refused since the beginning of time.
Done some version of it, but it's more just for rules, like they did this year with the outlines. I was on a developer call on Monday. And we haven't talked about the health regen changes, but originally their plan was to actually do a test server with that. But they decided, we're just going to roll the change live, and if we need to fix it, we fix it because we think people are going to like it. So to your point, though, it just seems like, bro, they had a perfect opportunity here where it all lined up, and they just fumbled the bag completely on their side. I'm very confused, kind of how this all fell apart.
Yeah, and it sucks because now we got to watch a whole stage. And granted, there are some positives. Rio's getting added into the rotation. Terminal Hardpoint's literally dog shit. Yeah, that map. I thought that was there are W's coming from the new map set. There are some W's, but I just would have liked to see more. Personally, I would like to see more.
Well,
and I don't understand the deadline. I just don't get it. I feel like a deadline can easily be overruled. No, just overruled.
100%. Because look, here's my thought process: is we look at Hardpoint map right now, like. They made some bad changes to Invasion. You could argue with Rio now and Terminal out that Invasion's like the worst map in the pool. You could have replaced that with one of these, and we'd have a pretty good map set. And then same on the S&D side.
This game just needs the Cold War treatment, bro. Like every map needs to be replaced. They're just like actually 2 maps that are like actually decent, and I think one of them's like Karachi Hardpoint, and then what else do we have? I'm like trying to remember all the maps. Skid Row, yeah, Skid Row has one hill problem, but every other Sub Base. Fucking abysmal. Invasion abysmal. Obviously Terminal was terrible. But by the time we get all these issues, by the time we get to champs, we might actually have the best map set we will probably ever have. Yeah. Hopefully, if people if we actually keep making these changes and keep pushing for them. But this game just needed the Cold War treatment. It sucks that we have to wait to get the best version of the game because of something stupid like a deadline. Like what?
Yeah.
And
having bad maps couldn't be me.
And here's my last take on it. I think pros. Listen, I think the pros give great feedback on these maps. They have a good feel for how spawn should work, how the flow of the game should work, and I think their feedback is great. But the process we have now where they sit in a DM group with the CDL and vote on maps getting in and out is a process rife with bias with making sure that people stay in the league and keep their spots. The teams stay in champ spots, stay playing well. It is a biased process. It's not transparent. It's not doing right by the community. I think they made good decisions in what maps were removed during this process. I think you could argue Terminal S&D, Skid Row S&D, whatever. I think either way, both of them have to go. So I think they made the right call. But the process needs to be changed after this year. And you guys know my thoughts on that.
Even if like, okay, I think the CDL just needs to force changes. Like, especially if there's new maps, and even then, you can maybe even argue it's like good for marketing, so that they would even have a more incentive to do it. But like, they should be like, okay, we want these maps added into competitive. Are they playable? Yes. Okay. And then just make people vote, and then the one with the lowest votes just gets out. Even if it's like maybe not the best solution because of bias, at the end of the day, we're still progressing and making some sort of a change. So, I mean, I don't know if there's ever going to be a perfect solution for that, Ben. Like, I know you're like sitting there saying that there should be a better solution, but like, what really is there? I mean, the only people that they can get feedback from are the ones that play the game full time and professionally, especially when adding maps into the league.
Which I understand, but I think it needs to be. You know, guys know my thoughts, bro. It needs to move out of a Twitter DM into a real committee with stakeholders, probably NDAs, whatever. But like, it needs to be needs to be more transparent, public, structured process instead of people just like, I don't. Or the way these votes happen to DM, it's not a real time vote either. People take their sweet ass time over 2 days to vote for shit.
Well, yeah. Imagine there was like real life bias. Imagine there was like real life bias for a map like Terminal Hardpoint, and the community like knew about it. Like, there would be outrage. Like, you know what I mean? It definitely needs to be some sort of like a committee type thing. Like, maybe even public. That way, like, at the end of the day, even though the pros are still making more decisions, there's definitely some public influence there because people feel a little bit more pressure to make better decisions.
I feel like it should just, the DM should just be like, yo, is the map good or bad? Everybody's gonna say good because the map is good, and be okay. Well, it's in. Just period. Just put it into the rotation.
To be fair, they should get real feedback on these things. If there are real issues, bug spawns, this hill should move. There could be real feedback combos, but the problem is just how that voting process works. We'll get to GAs in a second during the show. Like, it's just, you guys know my thoughts, man. We've been in esports long enough that like things should not be happening at like a high school level. We should be having more structure when we can get more structure. So.
Well, let's move on. I think when it comes to the map set, I mean, I was trying to message people behind the scenes, and based on the responses I was getting, it's looking slow. I don't
lack thereof.
Huh?
That or lack thereof a response.
Yeah, or I just didn't get a response. But I mean, whatever, bro. I mean, they're obviously like, you know, they're not gonna say everything, and I don't know, bro. I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't think it's changing based on what I was hearing. But let's move on. There's been some talks about GAs. There's been some new weapons. Scrappy and Dashy were actually going back and forth on socials. I mean, Dashy was the first one to say something. He said, no point to even get excited for new weapons anymore. Shit just gets insta-GA'd as soon as they spawn. Scrappy responded. He said, you're telling me that shit ain't busted, Brandon? Come on. Brandon responds, the MCW is literally better than both. What are we talking about here? Scrap said, holy fuck, we're blacked out. And Dashy said, please use 4 BPs against us on invasion. Scrappy responded saying, gladly. Is the gun good or bad?
The gun's very good.
Okay, so this BP. If this BP was to be in the game, would we see 8 of them, Sam? What do you think?
I haven't used it in a competitive setting because going back to our other conversation, they banned it in ranked immediately.
They banned it in ranked, and they told
it's really good though.
Try it out. Like,
I don't know if the gun is like.
Why didn't they let anybody?
I don't know if it's better than the MCW because the MCW is by far the best gun in this game.
I need to see the stats or like use it in pubs because I'm on the
same
with you. I didn't get to use it, but shooting in the
firing
range,
I know the gun is good.
It felt like potentially it was better than MCW. Like, that's what it felt like when I shot it in the firing range. But obviously the firing range doesn't tell all. So
as long as the MCW 4 bullets, nothing will change.
That's what I said. I posted a tweet today saying like, and I actually had a conversation with one of the devs saying you'd pass on the feedback, and we'll see how that goes. They even said that they might like make some changes and put them in like a PTR, like because there's actually a playlist or something. It's like they did it. Do you guys remember when they did like the outlines?
The outlines,
yeah. So they might even make a playlist with some changes. But I told them they need to revert the handling changes of the MCW, and they just need to get rid. The last MCW was good, but they just need to get rid of that 4-shot multiplier, bro. That is the problem with MCW. It's not the fucking recoil, it's not the handling, it's the 4-shot, bro. It's literally why SMGs complain because SMG runs in, gets up close. Random headshot,
fire connects,
dead. 4 bullet.
So how does the gun play out, Sam? It doesn't move, right? And it shoots.
The rate of fire is super high. So it's just like a fucking laser beam with you just put like default attachments on it. Basically, you just copy the MCW class onto it.
I'll pull up the
and
clip
it shoots super quick.
I think Brian Saint tweeted a clip, or didn't somebody tweet a clip? I think it was Brian Saint.
Yeah.
The cross kill on invasion.
Everybody practices that cross.
Yeah, that's not a good clip.
Yeah, I was like,
that was an L tweet
so
by Brian.
What I had heard is that we haven't talked about the Ram 7's another gun as well. It's a sub.
The Ram 9.
Also, Ram 9. Sorry. That's also
still nice shots though.
And I had heard that the combo around both guns started a couple, or when it started for GA, but the GA process has been slow. I don't know if there was movement as of yesterday. I heard that it wasn't official, was in or out. So I know Dante's in the chat. And there's a couple pros around. I don't know if the vote's completed, but there was conversation of a GA. It is banned in rank play, but obviously,
I hate that, dude.
The GA doesn't go through. Does it get unbanned in rank play? Who knows?
Well, the GA apparently, I don't know what's going on with the GA. My bad, Chris. I'll let you go next. I don't know what's going on with the GA because last time I talked to Scrap was yesterday. I mean, I talked to him today, but yesterday we were talking about it, and he told me that it's not 100% GA'd yet. That it's still in the question. It's still being talked about, which is like, why would they even remove it from bro? Why would they remove it from ranked? Oh, it's gone, brother. Oh,
Dante said it's gone.
Dante in the chat, Sib from the New York Subliner said it's gone, brother. It's gone. Which is okay. So it is GA'd. It's completely chalked.
Yeah, it's GA'd.
So my guess on why I got banned from rank play is they were
I didn't even get to try it.
They were trying to get ahead of if the gun gets. They've said that they want to match the GAs and the bans effectively for rank play, like to be proactive. So I think they were trying to get a step ahead.
No way we got easy red on whether we GA'd or not,
so maybe
right?
that's what's going on here, but
that's crazy.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised they got GA'd because
of course DLC guns are never used.
Pros have to try something new. Fucking RIP, bro. Well, the Ram 9 is good too, though.
I was gonna say they don't necessarily need to delete a headshot multiplier, but they can just do the Cold War thing where they need to make it so you have to hit 3 or 4 or 2 or whatever amount of headshots to reduce the time to kill by a bullet. Because
I
right
feel
now
like you
it's
need
1.
a little bit of a headshot multiplier.
Yeah,
people
head
will
glitches.
abuse certain spots and certain angles, and they'll be just unkillable. Where I feel they have to have something there. I just think right now I agree, Chris. It's just tweaked to the max right now. Like you get imploded, especially if you hit multiple shots.
What about the Ram 9? Because I get. Listen, I get that the AR and people might say it's in a weird spot. Some people might like it, some people might not. But like the rival, there's no alternative to it. And is the Ram 9 any good? Like I didn't even get to test it. I know
Shotzi talked about it a little bit.
His said that if people got used to it, then it was better than the rival.
I was watching
when I talked to him yesterday.
I was watching Joe use it in a couple of scrims, I think yesterday, and the range on it seems really, really good as a sub.
The Ram 9 seems really nice.
So what happened with that? It got GA.
I don't think is it GA'd yet, Dante?
But Dante's a
tell all, Dante.
For big AR. So,
yeah, Sib, is the Ram 9 also a part of that GA as well? Is that gone? Because I heard Shotzi talking about it on stream, and he said that he likes it. But I thought Shotzi was saying that it is GA'd or that it's gone. I don't know. I thought I heard him say something that it might be GA'd. Pred said that he hates the gun. At least that's from somebody in the chat. So Master King
AG hates all new guns though. Every time he tests something, he uses it for 3 lives and then says it's dog shit and then pulls the rival back out. Because I remember he tried the striker when it got changed the first time.
Oh,
now he tried the Ram. He just always goes back.
The Ram is gone too. The Ram is out.
The Ram's gone
that's
too.
The thing though.
Yeah.
Is the BP just that OP that the Ram 9 cannot be used? Why couldn't we hypothetically go to a meta where people are using the BP and the Ram 9 and just forget about the old guns?
You would think, Chris, but unfortunately, you know how this shit goes, dude. People try it, they get some crazy gunfights.
We just get a
pros,
3-gun
good
meta,
gunny,
bro.
and then shit just fucking out
A
of here.
3-gun meta would be fire.
Please.
Can't have a 3-gun meta without a burst gun.
You
We
don't
had
think so, Pat?
multiple 3-gun metas.
IW was a
Without a
3-gun meta with no burst.
Yeah, we had yep.
So was
IW.
BO4.
IW, NV4, K-Bar, ERAD.
So was BO4.
Yeah, ICR,
That's a little
Maddox,
different
Saga.
though. I genuinely don't think
Those
those
BO3.
3-gun metas were that good in either one of them.
You don't
I'm
think
gonna
so?
be honest,
I actually thought they were pretty
I
good.
didn't like the BO4 one, and I'll tell you why. The only reason the ICR was used was because of FMJ. And if FMJ was not in the game, that gun would have been fucking putrid. Because that Maddox was just better, and the SOG at the end of the game with the hit scan was absurd. But the ICR just had no flinch and FMJ, so you could just wall bang people and just get people off of spots and just be really not slay heavy, but just deterring. You could just make people just not want to push. That was the only reason it was good, because of FMJ.
Yeah, people didn't even use FMJ on it.
No, yeah, they did at the end. What? FMJ was used hella.
No, I know at the end of the game. I used FMJ the whole year and people were running fucking quick draw.
Oh, that's what. Okay. Cause yeah, if you were using quick draw, you were fucking scamming.
But
dude.
regardless, 3-gun metas are godly.
Yeah, I agree. It's
More
hard.
guns, the better, bro. Stop
It's
GAing
hard
everything.
though. Sim, it's pretty hard to get a 3-gun meta, I feel.
Well, yeah, because you just gotta have like how it works is the main AR has to be really good, medium and far, and dog shit up close, and the sub has to be really good up close, and there needs to be like a good middle ground.
There also has to be a role for a main AR, and there's just not.
Dante in chat said that the Ram 9 was too OP, but he was pushing the BP50 along with the rival and MCW. But they were basically saying it would never work because you can make a BP a fast class, basically a fast M4 and MW2. Okay, but like there was actually like wasn't there like GAs to basically stop people from doing that? Why can't that be the case now? I get it. Maybe people just don't want to do that again because it's just kind of annoying. But like hypothetically, if it can,
I mean, you also run into problems when you make a fast class. Doesn't the gun get worse? Does the gun get worse?
Like recoil control.
Yeah, you get like
that.
recoil
Certain
control and
things
shit.
get worse.
Also, I mean, you know, it's just like one of
etc.
those things that you gotta make your decision. Do you want to run a fast class and sacrifice, you know, some recoil and this and that? Like it depends. Like I feel like the gun wasn't even given a chance. But go ahead, Pat.
I was just gonna say if BO4 was 4v4, do you guys think it would have been a 3? I don't think the ICR would have been used.
ICR definitely would have
Now
been
the
used.
ICR was
In
like I said,
4v4.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about the fucking lives. People, there was 4v4 tournaments in the off season. I get it's the off season, but people were still using the ICR, and there was good players playing. So, I mean,
Probably like one ICR, 2 Maddox, one sub.
the ICR was just
I think
good
it'd
at like
Maddox.
basically just like I said, it's just good at like just making sure that people don't like over push, or it's just like it's very I can't remember the word. But like for example, even in a 4v4 setting, you would still have somebody on frequency go to the head glitch on your side of P1 and just hold the iron with the ICR and just basically wall bang the fuck out of a guy if he peeks. Like that's just something that you couldn't do with the Maddox.
Well, it sounds like those guns are chalked. I mean, we're discussing it, but already just judging based on responses by Sib in the chat and Standy, who's also here. Standy said, I feel like there isn't a lot of trial time available. Also, matches start soon, so people could just want to avoid it. Yeah, but Standy, the thing is like you guys are professionals, bro. You 1 or 2 days and you're good, bro. You'll be able to tell if the gun's good or not. You'll be able to use the gun, and you'll be fine. Like I understand why pros would want to ignore it. But at the same time, man, like, think about the game, bro. Think about the esports. Just think about making it better, bro. At the end of the day, professionals can get...
Even outside of that stuff, bro, like, is the game not stale? I mean, I feel like this game is stale. Like, just do it purely to make it more fun.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That was my argument when I was texting Spence and Dan behind the scene. I was like, yo, like, you know, it can make it more fun. I said the same thing to Spence. I was like, it'll refresh.
But even for the players, like, not even the viewers, the players who are scrimming.
It's also marketing. And also, listen, I get the pros can definitely do more, but this isn't all on them. And honestly, Sandy and anybody other pros in the chat that are watching, I would push and ask if it's a possibility to get the new maps added to the CDL client. It doesn't hurt to ask. If you can somehow get that to happen, for example, let's say Season 3 announces maps, right? Get them added in the CDL client, and then you can maybe like scrim them in your off time. I get it might be like counterproductive because you're in the middle of a stage, but like if you guys want to actually try to add them earlier, that way you get the testing phase done before the season is started, then, you know, things could actually move forward a lot quicker.
The biggest issue is no one votes from an objective standpoint in that stuff. And it's always been the case. Like, I mean, there's a few examples where teams that were the best teams, like, got rid of the OP gun. But, like, a majority of the time, the teams that are doing good, like, they don't, why do they want to change shit up? You know what I mean? There's always a bias standpoint. That goes to maps. That goes to that's everything.
Guns,
it's always been that way.
Shit,
yeah. Literally every aspect that you can think of, it's always voted with bias, and that's always been a problem in all those chats. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I just think the solution to that is just, I'll be honest with you, I think it's stronger leadership on the publisher side, because I think the pros and the teams aren't going to go either way to like scrim these maps in their off time and all that stuff. As rosy as that sounds, I just don't see them doing it. But if they get told they have to do it and give feedback, the stuff can get in. It's great. I just think on the publisher side, they just seem to be stronger and being proactive about controlling the meta, controlling the map pool, and not letting the pros just kind of play politics around the stuff. The mess.
Agreed. Also, sub base is fucking dog shit. Somebody's in the chat. Sub base is Garbaggio, and I agree with him. It's terrible. I mean, I've even
There's
talked.
literally 2 good hardpoint maps that were on the release, and I'd say good. I mean playable. Like
Bro,
the
listen,
other ones are just terrible.
I'm still mind blown that map was even added to the original pool.
Yeah,
In
that map is
2009,
insane.
that map was terrible.
You just
like-
go top 3 every life.
Yeah, that map was always been. We didn't even give that map a second thought in 2009. I'm mind blown it got in today's game. Like,
Bro, it was better in the last patch, and they also didn't fix some. They made some of the hills worse, and they just didn't fix some of the other hills that were problems. Like P5, that P5 hill is probably one of the worst hills in the entire game.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's you get trapped, like, and there's no way out. Like
Civ
doesn't
said that LA Thieves and Texas Optic were the only teams to vote for DLC guns in.
Let's go.
So everybody, shout out to LA Thieves and
My
Optic,
boys,
man.
dude.
Shout out to them, man.
Always
Shout out
count
to
on my
them.
boys, man.
That's dope, man. I wish we could have seen some more guns, bro. I feel like more
Always
guns would have
count
been
on my
fun.
boys,
Would have been
dude.
fun, and some more maps, bro. Would love to see some
that
more
really
guns
doesn't
and some more
surprise me
maps.
though that it's those two.
Why, Pat?
Why?
LAT is the worst team in the league, right? They definitely want as much switch up as possible. And Optic knows they're steps behind the top 2 teams in the league, so they want a switch up. So to me, it really doesn't surprise me that those 2 teams are wanting to switch it up.
I don't know
And
if I
again,
agree with that.
it speaks well, but I mean, it speaks to the point, Pat, which is even if they, part of it is, they want to, pushing things up. The problem is no matter how you slice it, people are going to vote based on the biases to make sure that they're not diminished or to increase their stature as a team and a player. And that's just the problem of what we got right now. I just, whether you're being implicit by your bias or not, it's always going to be there.
So you're saying, I mean, yeah, I guess that argument goes for both ends, Pat. I mean, that's what we're just talking about, right? Like, fucking, the top teams are just going to vote to not make any changes. But, I mean, Optic was a top 3
I am surprised
team.
by, like, Rocker
I don't know if that was their
and
mindset, but...
Florida and all those other teams, LAG.
Like, why didn't
those
they vote
garbage
for...
guys.
Why didn't they vote for it in, Pat?
Yeah.
I think the pros just need to stop looking at the game and making changes to their the map pool and weapons and stuff like that. From a selfish perspective, yes, I get that some people are just kind of good, they're comfortable, or they just don't want any like bullshit in the game. And there are weapons and there are maps, I guess, that shouldn't be added. But like at the end of the day, you got to keep the public intrigued, and the reason that the CDL viewership and all that stuff is just going to diminish as the season goes on, and the only thing that could potentially help it is one, better marketing, yeah, sure, but also just adding new shit to keep people intrigued, because at the end of the day, the people that play the game, if they're playing the game actively because there's something new, they're going to watch. They're more likely to watch.
Look at
If the
every other
game-
successful esport.
But like for example, as ranked goes on, I get ranked is different. But as ranked goes on, if the map pool stays the same, if the guns are the same, people are going to be less inclined to play, bro, because it's just boring. It's the same shit every fucking day, and every season. Well, there's nothing to keep people from there's nothing to keep people there. Something new. We say this every year, but dude, people have got to look at it from a different perspective, man. It's sad.
I mean, every
Maps-
other esports cycle shit. Like CS cycles their map pool. League has champion updates and new champs released. Like Valorant has map changes, new maps added every now and then. Like COD's the only game that's just stagnant.
And don't they just
And
throw
the
them
pros
in
also
too?
fuck
When those new
everything.
maps come out, Sam, don't they just throw them in to the rotation, deal with it, learn it?
Yeah, pretty much.
They don't even talk about, is it good? Is it no? This is
I
a
don't know
new
the ins
map.
and outs of that, but I'm pretty sure it's
they do make stuff
almost
that
to that
is
extent.
meant for those for competitive, as their game is naturally a competitive game. So again, it's one of those things where there are certain things that should be added and there's certain things that shouldn't. But if the
their game's
developer,
just inherently competitive.
if the developer is making efforts to make more competitive maps and certain balance changes around gameplay and around the competitive scene, and we're not even taking the time to use them. Bro,
I mean, bro,
they're
if pros
they're
are
gonna be
saying
less-
they want Vista Hardpoint, and then we should be fucking
They're gonna
playing
be less
Vista Hardpoint.
incentivized. Bro, they're gonna be less incentivized to do it in the future. If they're not gonna take their opinion serious, then what the fuck? Why would they even do it? You know what I mean?
So
We've
for
had so many issues.
Abeezy's in the chat as well, and he said Vista should have been tested immediately. That's what Abeezy from Atlanta FaZe said. He said it should have been tested right off the get-go, and I agree. Should have been tested immediately. And I think just by looking at it, like I said to iLLeY when he pushed the question, which he agreed with, by the way, it was just 1 or 2 days, and the pros should already know if it's a good map or not. It's pretty easy to tell. But yeah, anybody else got anything to say on that matter before we move on to Rostermania? Because Rostermania
I was
just tired. Go ahead, Pat.
I was just gonna add, like, for X Defiant, we're gonna add our weapons and our new maps right away in seasons. Like, as soon as they come out for casual, they'll come out in ranked. The only difference is, like, we'll take an approach of the maps that are we feel are more casual maps. We'll omit from the ranked playlist. I don't understand why that's not being done on the developer side.
Like, the thing that sucks too, W plug by the way. The thing that sucks is, like, as the competitive community, we've begged and begged and begged for dev support, and now Sledge has been by far the best dev other than Treyarch.
Yeah.
Like, this year has been unbelievable.
The devs have been
changes
great.
the maps, bro, unbelievable. And now we're not even. They're literally handing us shit for competitive, and we're not even testing it.
You want to know what's a great way to test
Insane.
maps and add them to the public rank pool without punishing players, right? Let's say a map is like not favored, or people maybe certain people don't like it, blah blah, but without punishing those players and getting them to test it. What you do is you add it to the rank playlist, and you give people SR for winning, but you don't take away anything for losses on those new maps. And you do that for X period of time. That way, people play the game, people play the map, they're incentivized to try, but if they lose because they feel like they're still learning the map, or maybe they just don't like it and they're waiting for it to get removed, then they don't lose anything and it doesn't punish the player. If they did that, then people...
That's a horrible idea.
Yeah, I was
How
gonna
so?
say, if they lose, just take the points, bro. Just everybody's on an even playing field.
It wouldn't matter.
Everybody's
You're not
the map's
understanding.
coming out the same time for everybody.
You also can't determine
point.
how many
It's not the
people are
point.
gonna get the map or not. Like, especially if there's map voting.
Okay,
like,
never mind. I guess that's a faded take, but I think it would literally make it so people feel less bad about playing a map.
Now, a lot of
But
people
I-
agree on your take, Chris. A lot of it.
I think that would be
people
nice.
should just play it. They shouldn't be worried about whether they're winning or losing SR. Like, you have a whole season.
Yeah,
You're not gonna get the map every time.
A lot, it wasn't
like,
that bad of a take, Chris. I mean, a lot of people were
No,
spamming
it
WAG.
was
Yeah,
a
some people
good
like it,
out-of-the-box
some people
idea.
You know what I
I'll take
mean?
it. I'll take it. Listen, man, I'll take it.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to Rostermania. Ben, I gotta take a swig of water. You take this one. Go ahead, Ben. It's iLLeY. iLLeY
Yeah.
Standy. This one shocked the fucking world.
Yeah, so we'll start with the Las Vegas Legion. There's a lot to talk about here. You know, we were talking last week. We were like, why these guys not made a change yet? What's going on? I had heard, you know, basically immediately after Major 1, they're like, are we going to make a change? They were thinking at that point that, you know, because of stuff going on, the team that Sandy was the one that was going to rotate out, they had kind of informed him that it seemed like that was going to be the case, but they still scrimmed with him. And then basically what happened, I haven't gotten the full time on this, so maybe you know, Tom. Basically, earlier this week, they played your Academy team, and
It's
your
funny you
Academy
say
team
that, Ben. It's funny you say
slammed
that.
them bad, and then they immediately picked up one of your players.
Because I got it
after
right
the
here, Ben.
scrim.
I
Bro,
got it right here.
I don't even care about the Standy dropping. I don't care about what's his name? The guy they picked up?
Geo.
I don't care about that. I need to know what Purge has on this team. He
Like
must
what,
have
blackmail?
He must have some insane evidence. How is he on the team? This guy sucks.
I mean, Pat,
the worst player on the team. He's the worst player in the league. What does he have on these motherfucking guys?
I'm gonna have to agree with
I don't
Pat
care if
on
there's
this one.
in-game, out-of-game issue. He's the worst guy on the team.
Yeah, listen, I'm
go ahead,
not.
Tom.
I wouldn't say it exactly how Pat
shit.
just said it, but I will say he has definitely been their underperformer, and he definitely needs to be replaced. I think he should be replaced. I mean, unless they see something in him from practice, like unless there's something behind the scenes that
What
they
could
see
they
in him.
see,
I don't
bro?
know, Slab. Just maybe there's something we're not seeing.
I'm just,
You know what I mean?
Here's like,
They're looking at Tony Snell and seeing Michael Jordan. Like, I don't get it. What are they seeing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Let me break it down.
Oh my god!
We
Pat just
talked in the
fucking
summer.
cooked this whole guy's
We talked in the
existence.
fall about this team, bro.
Oh
We're
my
like, I don't know about the leadership on this team. Like, just don't see. I know obviously talent issues. They were one of the last teams to form. You know, not gonna be able to get the Simpson and Beasley's of the world. But like, can this team get together and overperform? And nothing we have seen externally about this camp makes me think that there's like any leadership going on at the coaching level, at the player level here, and that's how situations happen like this. And I'm not surprised because it may be a combination of, you know, maybe they have trust they're going to try him in a different role. Maybe they don't want to admit mistake in picking him up. I don't know.
The
what's
guy
going
that
on.
can't go positive with AR is running the sub? The
Yeah,
even
bro, I
harder
don't-
role?
It's
Yeah,
a
that's
mind-breakingly
crazy.
weird decision, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Pat, I heard
just
that the
don't
other
know
day
how-
too, Pat. Throwing him to a sub. I said, what?
Wait, he's running a sub. Geo's an AR.
Yeah.
Oh hell no!
My bad, man. I didn't mean to cut you off, man. Go ahead, man. No, you were crybaby cheese me. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I wasn't. You think I was crybaby cheese?
Yeah, a little bit. You put your hands up, you lean back.
They put Purge on a sub.
I was reacting to what Sam said because I was just like, bro, like.
I thought you were mad.
But that's just the issue with the Seattle camp. I just don't know how the 4 players on the roster and the 2 coaches are looking at this. And by the way, like they've been scrimming this weekend. Like I don't, they're a new team obviously, but I just don't see how this is going to move the needle on them getting better. I feel like this is always a 2-chain situation. If there was, a player having issues with the system plus a player not performing, I don't see what one change is going to move the needle on for them. But what do we know? I guess.
Oh, it will move the needle. They're going to get worse.
I mean, I just don't understand why not just pull the plug on a 2-person change. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Just make a 2-person change. Switch up the whole flow of the team. Granted, they did have some series that they probably could have clutched up, but definitely think there was room for improvement there. And I think Attach and Nero have been playing good COD, man.
They're good players.
Like they've been playing good. I mean, I didn't
terrible.
I was just gonna say I didn't have much bad to say about iLLeY as well, but I don't know what's going on. I know he's in the chat. I don't know if there was something going on behind the scenes. And iLLeY, I know you're in the chat. I gotta say this. I'm just being real, but I mean, this is a couple teams now that iLLeY has been dropped from. Like, I don't know why he's getting dropped from these teams. Like, it started with Toronto.
The same issues, basically.
To be fair, I hate that argument. Like, I hate it so much. The mindset that if you have a guy who's playing okay on the squad and you get on, you argue with him every day. I would rather have that all day long. If I can count on a guy to do his job in the game and I have to fucking argue with him all day long, I'm picking that over a guy that's my best friend who has a 0.5.
Yeah, I agree.
People aren't built like that anymore.
I agree, Pat. I agree. You always take talent, Pat. You always take the more talented player. You always do. At the end of the day, I feel like
people are not built like that in the league anymore.
You don't think so, Sam? You don't think so?
People are trying to keep their spots. Like,
bro,
especially on a blind team like this.
Dude, you got to be so careful with like everything team culture wise nowadays. Like, there's some players that just like implode when you criticize them, or just like there's just certain teams that you could just see when you like any sort of confrontation arises or just anything within the team. Like, it's just not how it used to be, Pat. Like, you're a fucking cold team, you could fucking cook each other.
No, but I mean, I even noticed that in the tail end of my career, like getting in arguments about getting better. Yeah, like, bro. It's if I'm yelling at you, right, because I think you did something wrong, right? I won't even say yelling, but if I'm getting heated about a play you made, it's because like I care, right? Like, it's a passion thing. It's like I don't want those mistakes to occur. Exactly. I'd rather have somebody bitch at me and like be up in like arms about it, pissed as fuck that I fucked up, than just like, oh yeah, like we're cool. Like,
bro, that's how my team was last year, bro. We would literally get into yelling arguments and like confrontations so loud the whole fucking compound could hear. But as soon as we step out that door, we're still
my
boys,
teams
bro.
were yellers, bro. I've teamed with Lamar and Don. Fucking the FaZe boys.
Like,
Crowder was a yeller.
As soon as that practice environment ends, like, we're all still boys. It's just like,
that's a personality thing, though, bro.
100%.
There's a lot of people that can't handle that shit, and like, and dude, listen, I'm not an angel. I definitely have gone over the top. But at the same time, there's been times where I've genuinely felt like I've killed somebody's confidence. Where like, I've criticized the gameplay so
but I'll
hard
say
that they
this.
ended up, like, overthinking it.
But I'll say this.
That's cold.
But wait. But I will straight up say this, Chris.
I swear to God.
If I'm playing with somebody whose confidence is gonna get killed over an argument of an in-game situation, I don't want to play with them anyway.
Like, that's the way I see it too.
Like, if my teammate's confidence gets completely broken because we have a team argument about a play, then I don't want to be on that squad. Like, period.
But the crazy thing is, though, is like their confidence will like get killed, and you can tell they're just overthinking everything, and like it's like almost like they just start getting nervous like when playing with you because they don't want to make mistakes. But then like after the game, they'll go and like bitch about you to like other people in terms of like your attitude or whatever and stuff like that, when in reality, like, it's you literally just care. Yeah, maybe there's ways to get over the top there. You definitely can be a little bit too much, but like, bro, at the end of the day, bro, like it's just soft.
If you lose confidence because your teammate's yelling at you, what happens fucking game 5 round 11 at champs? Like,
you don't get there. You don't get to the game 5 round 11.
No, but I'm saying, like, if I can't trust you to maintain confidence in an argument.
You yelling at people on stage and shit?
No, in scrims. I'm talking about in scrims.
I
that's the
thought you
thing.
said
It's
what
a
happens
practice,
at
bro.
champs. Like you gonna
No,
yell
no,
at him at
yeah,
champs
no.
in the
I'm
middle
saying
of
what
the map?
happens
That
at
would be
champs. Like
crazy. That'd be
if I
nuts.
need you to be the most confident player, like Game 5, Round 11, like you got to be the most confident guy in the venue.
That was the only thing I hated, Pat. The only time I hated screaming in the middle of like big moments of a match or
Matches,
so.
yeah.
Man,
No,
matches.
I'm strictly talking
you know
about
what I'm saying?
practices. Like
Yeah,
in
practice is
practice, bro.
different. Practice
Yeah,
is
I
different.
want everybody getting heated in practice. I want everybody wanting to get better. I want us getting mad if we're making mistakes. I want everyone being if like someone's sitting quiet in the corner while the team is like discussing a play, like I hate that. Like I want everybody involved, giving their opinion, showing that they care to get better, to improve.
Bro,
If you're just gonna sit there and lose confidence because you're being judged for your bad play, like
I used to play with people in the pro league and
you're
in
already set up for
challengers
failure.
that like we would be going over VOD or like going over setups or like strategy, right, in a game. And then I would like ask them like, yo, what did I just say? Or like something like that. And people would genuinely just like not know. They were just tuned out. And that shit is just insane to me that people literally acted that way or just couldn't like maintain that level of focus for their job or like a passion that they obviously care about to a degree.
But this is my point. I don't think the CDL is full of winners anymore. Like just natural people who want to win. And this goes back to Sam's point of like how the teams are structured now. I just feel like everyone's wanting to have fun, get on every day, have an enjoyable time, get paid, and go do something else.
Really? I feel like everybody's miserable.
And the reason I'm not saying everybody, I'm saying majority.
Not
Obviously, not every
I don't
team.
know about
There's obviously a reason why there's 4 teams capable of winning and everyone else. But for a majority of the league, I believe that's the case. Because think about it this way. Look at how the prize pool structure is broken down. Like, if you're not placing top 4, you don't make any money from prize pool. So you're literally just basically, and yeah, I know you make a little bit, but you know what I mean? Like, you're not making money worth like talking about.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of people who have just wrote off their team and they want to get on and just have an enjoyable experience, right? Whatever you call that, just a relaxing scrim 6 hours and get off and just get paid and keep it moving. And hopefully maybe get on a better team. Hopefully maybe get on a better team.
Go ahead, Ben.
But that's what I think. I don't think the league's full of winners.
I agree with Pat. I think franchising has created some bad situations. To Pat's point, people that aren't on the book championships contenders lack culture, right? Because the players aren't bringing culture. You would think the coaching staffs would help resolve some. I don't
The
think
coaches might be fucking worse.
Bro, that's what I'm getting to. I've talked to probably 7. Bro, it's actually
they absolutely are, and most of them haven't played.
Bro,
Yeah.
the number of players I have talked to in the last 5 years, it probably count on 2 hands. Like, there's not 3 people. Sam, you probably agree. And they come and we talk to them, after the season about their team situation. And I say, look, like, talk about systemic issues they're having behind the scenes. I'm like, where are the coaches? Coaches are nowhere to be found. I'm mind blown at the lack of culture. I get it I get it's hard if you're not Optic or FaZe or Toronto or New York every year where there is a talent gap, but at least try to overperform your team. No one's pitching in on that.
But
franchising this fucking like security barrier that like literally just keeps some of these players and some of these teams and the way they act in the league is like, it's so like under talked about. Like, if there was no like if people actually had to qualify, obviously like this is different because there's franchising and people like there's actual organizations that like pay to be in the league, et cetera, et cetera. But if there was actually qualifications and relegations and stuff like that, that would elevate the competition on every single level, because not only would amateurs feel way more motivated to like try as like much as they possibly could to get into the pro league, etc., but it would also motivate the bottom teams to figure their shit out or proactively make changes that are actually going to move the needle, because otherwise they're going to lose their spots in their leagues, at their events, etc., and they're not going to be able to do what they do full time.
That's why we need to go back to something similar to what we had in the CWL, because there's accountability there on bad teams, bro. If you're a bad team at the beginning of the year, even if everybody was getting paid $7,000 a month, if you didn't qualify for the pro league, you sucked. Like, now it's like, well, everybody's making a nice minimum check to get 12, so be it. Enjoy your vacation in Cancun instead of going to champs in Vegas. Like, we'll try again in fucking October. It's like now there's just too much complacency. And I get it, bro. Like, maybe we're overgeneralizing. People still want to win. They still want to go hard.
We're not overgeneralizing.
Bro, on so many of these teams, I'm just tired every season I talk to people.
I also feel like
they complain our team culture was fucked since January.
I feel like there's also players from the other side too that aren't complacent, but maybe their teammates are, and they're in like systems or situations where they're losing full too. Like I feel like that's got to be happening as well. Where
And they
just
can't do anything about it because and Sam will agree on a lot of these teams because you hear from people, the coaches don't do anything.
yeah.
Nope.
And I'm sure I'm going to get some DMs now from some coaches, same ones that always DM me when they're pissed, but they will never say it publicly, like, and complain about this. But I hear it from all the players that get dropped from these teams every year in, year out about the same shit. Like, I'm tired of hearing about it, bro.
Yeah,
No one wants
I
to step
agree.
up to the plate.
No,
I just
man,
don't
I
feel
don't
like
know how
I
the
don't-
owners. I don't know how the owners let them get away with this, bro.
Bro, I don't feel. I don't
I
know.
don't get it,
I
dude.
don't know if it's like a thing where like maybe
Half
like
the owners are
coaches-
clueless.
I don't know if
Exactly,
it's a thing, I don't know if it's a thing where like
Facts.
They're
They don't even know.
clueless, bro.
coaches are maybe afraid to lose their jobs, but like, bro, if I was a coach, and listen, I'm not sitting here like making like propaganda. This isn't propaganda. I'm just telling you how it is, and this is how I was as a player, and I basically kind of coached when I played in a way. So I'm not bullshitting. Like I've done this to people, bro. If people are not being accountable or like going hard in VOD and stuff like that, or just like not receptive to changes, bro, I would be fucking frying my teammates as a coach. I would be frying them, bro. If so
Yeah.
be it. If like there was an agenda to get me out, but I would literally be cooking people. I've been on teams where there was like whenever in Cold War, for example, when I was on the Ravens or whatever, and I was filling in for Trey, the way like. And I'm not taking shots at the coaches, and I get why some people act this way or like they're maybe taking a little bit more of a respectable approach, but they would kind of pull people to the side and like they would have conversations, but a lot of them were kind of more like nicer, and then some of them were kind of just like way more patient. But like to a degree, bro, I would almost have rathered them just getting like roasting the person, like the player that was the problem. Like, well, fuck this nice approach. A lot of people are just not receptive to it, and like people need to know you mean business, and you need to be able to change, because this whole fucking just like you're babying fucking people. We're grown ass fucking men that play this league.
Hold on. To be fair, not everybody responds to criticism in the same way. And if you are in a
Ain't
position
that the damn truth?
where you are a man, what we doesn't even talk about coaching, right? Let's say you're in a business and you're a middle manager. You got to know how to motivate the people that report into you. Whether
Yeah,
you're a
but
coach,
you
or
can take certain
not
approaches,
always-
but after
not
a
always
while,
sticks, not always going to work though. Like
bro,
you
after
got to
a
figure it out.
while, listen,
Yeah, but I
after a
also
while-
hate that thinking
Yeah.
though, Ben, because you get to pick who's on your team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
100%,
don't like
that's
you
the-
don't.
but
That's not a
also- but
question.
also-
That's not
but
an
also, this is
interview
the
question
thing,
in the
Ben.
offseason. Though. You're not
100%.
like,
Hold
if I
on.
cook you for not rotating, what's your response?
I 100% when I made roster changes considered decisions of players based on like their mentality toward
Yeah.
which is totally fair.
competitive, toward competition, toward winning, toward all that shit.
Yeah,
Like
and I
that
was-
shit
and I was
matters.
gonna say,
I didn't
bro,
want to play
like-
with someone who I thought was
And
like gonna
hold
break
on.
down.
Hold on.
The chat, real quick. The chat's calling me soft chat. I'm just trying to tell you that like you're just
Yeah.
going to be in a situation of CDL. You're going to have people on your team that are not going to just respond. And they're
No,
gonna
He's
say,
being
no,
realistic.
but
Ben's
that's
being
true.
realistic, and it's
Ben,
true.
you're right.
Yeah, he's
You're
being
right
realistic.
in the
How it is.
sense. You're right in the sense that those
Yeah.
people exist. There's no
Yeah,
doubt
this is
about
how
it.
it is.
And this is in life for sure. Like if in a working environment, absolutely. But we're talking about a competitive team. There's only one goal, and it's winning. You get to pick who's on your team as well. So it's like I don't like that. I don't like that comparison to sports or any competitions to the same thing as like a working corporate environment where it's like, yeah, different people respond to different levels of criticism. You have to talk to people differently, treat people differently. In the real world, it's a real thing. But in sports, in competition, like
It's even worse, I
everyone,
feel like, in sports.
yeah, no, but everyone has to be like at that level. Everyone has to be at that same page.
Tough,
And if you're
bro.
not, you shouldn't be there. You shouldn't
God.
be
But
playing.
that's the
You shouldn't be.
Listen, bro,
and
that's
this,
the issue right
bro,
now.
but
with the
no, I
CDL, 'cause
agree,
Not
but
everybody is at that level.
I agree with you, and
I'm
you
like,
see
oh,
this.
But
Then
You
they
see
shouldn't
this.
be fucking
You
playing,
see
bro.
this
They're
in
not
pro
good enough to act
sports.
this way. They're not good enough to act this way.
You
But
see
you know
this
what?
in
But
pro
Chris,
sports
you know
all the
what?
time,
Bro,
where like
I'm telling
you
you,
get insights about what's going on in a locker room. Like it's
But
it's all
here's
the same shit.
Bro,
Here's,
it's
here's what's
different.
here's
One
what's
at a
happening,
time.
Chris. Here's what's happening, Chris. Because listen, like I just think young players are coming in to these dysfunctional culture, these dysfunctional teams, and they don't have any tools. They are completely raw. They are moldable clay, and they are not being set up for success on some of these squads.
Okay,
I
well, yeah,
will
obviously
actually, I will argue
It is
this
the most
is.
tragic shit of all time.
I will
truly.
argue outside of Scrappy being just naturally talented, part of his success instantly coming into the league was his
Was his
mindset.
mentality,
I will
100%.
100% say that. Over I'd say 70% of his success was his mindset. 30% was his talent.
I agree, but what I was saying, Ben, is a lot of these problems that come in from like people, let's say, getting dropped or like team culture issues, usually aren't from like the new guys. It's not from the amateurs that get brought in. A lot of it stems from the older, more experienced heads because they obviously have been a part of multiple teams, and it's how they all have their one idea of how they want to run a team, etc. That is not on like the newer players; it's on the coaching staff and the veterans. But again, what Pat said, bro. People are just fucking soft, and they need to be mentally fucking tough. And if they can't handle this shit, unless they're the world's best players in the world, right? I'm not talking about people like Mboze and fucking like Celium and stuff like that. Obviously, like you take different approaches when talking about players that are literally winners, right? They already have that winning mentality. But when it's like the lower tier of the league, when it's like people that are borderline even good enough to be in the fucking league, yes, take those approaches where you are like you're a little bit nicer, you're a little bit more patient. Let them settle, see how it figures. But once you get to a point, bro, people need to be held accountable, and you got to be hard on these people. And if they can't fucking handle it, that's a sink or swim moment.
Yeah.
Get them the fuck out.
Look at the greatest legends in like all of sports.
They're
They're obsessed. They're borderline sociopaths. They're maniacs. Like you have to have a certain mindset. If your goal is winning and strictly winning, and that's all you care about, you have to think about shit differently.
Yeah,
like
Pat,
it's just a fact.
I hate that comparison though, Pat, is because not everybody can be that player. Like not everybody can be Michael Jordan. Not everybody can be Kobe. Like, bro, when
everyone should be striving for that, Tom. It's not about necessarily being it. That's
obviously. But what if all four people on the team are just completely screaming at each other? It definitely will ruin some environments and make it bad.
A few weeks ago on the show, it's like people talk about Mamba mentality, MJ mentality, but like we were talking about people practicing in that break, the mid stage 1 break, like they weren't maximizing that time. Like people want to have this, but because they have the safety of their check, like they're willing to not give 110%. Meanwhile, the top teams are top teams every year, give 110%. Yeah, they're talented, but there's a reason that their valleys, when those teams struggle, they get out of the valley quickly.
I mean, listen, if a
out.
player, and I just want to make this clear, like if a player is making mistakes in game and they're getting yelled at for mistakes they're making and they're getting hounded on, if a player shuts down, just making mistake after mistake after mistake, and is not taking accountability for the mistakes, or like he just completely just ignoring everything, like, bro, that's a problem. Like that's a serious problem. Like I agree on the mental aspect.
Let me ask you all this question
real quick, Pat, because I just want to add to Tom's thoughts, and I won't speak in specifics because for the sake of the players I've talked about this, but like I have talked to a number of players over the last 5 years where they have felt like their team environment was not positive, and then they reach out to the coaching staff to help address that, to do side work, and the coaches basically accepted they were going to drop that player and basically just like kind of egoed them. So like that's my point. Like these team environments, these cultures are completely and utterly fucked up.
That happened
to the core. Yes, I probably named 4 or 5 different situations.
I also think it's a maturity thing. Like we should be able, all 4 of us on the squad, to argue in a scrim, get mad at each other.
You're professionals.
And then when scrims are done, go get dinner and be cool, because we're out of the game.
Just never leave the room.
Yeah, it should never leave the scrim, like ever. And that's just reality. That's how you should think about it. And I guess I would say this, and I'll ask you guys this question: do you respect a player more who, let's say you call him out on a play, right? And you're giving examples, whatever, and let's say you're flustered or mad or whatever. Their reaction is to argue back with you about that play, why they don't think it's wrong or whatever.
I hate that.
No, but I'm asking you what you respect more, Tom.
That.
Someone who will at least argue their POV and argue and get passionate and riled up about it, or just be like, all right, and just get quiet and like shut down and hardly call out the rest of the
I thought you were talking about accountability.
No. I'm asking what you respect more, like from a personality standpoint.
Right.
Like
depends how they take the criticism. If they're gonna shut down and be like whatever, buy into the system, it's like it goes both ways.
Dude, if someone just gets hyped and it shows me their passion, shows me they care, wants to figure out the best play, maybe they just genuinely think I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong, right? Like that's possible.
This play is never wrong.
No, not me. But it's possible that the
guy
person
in this
arguing
hypothetical is wrong.
Yeah, but it's possible the person's wrong, and it's
Pat,
like maybe they correct you. It's like, but they care enough.
Have you ever had a teammate that was so hard-headed, they'd never even you would say something to them and they wouldn't even like listen to you. They wouldn't even like they go through one ear out the other.
I've had examples of that.
That was the worst. That's what I'm talking. That's what drives me crazy.
Me and Krim would do this all the time. We'd agree like half the time and we disagree half the time. Same thing with Austin. We'd agree half the time and disagree half the time. And in my opinion, like I'm okay with that. Like I can live with that because I know at the end of the day, I'm gonna show up to the event and that guy's gonna fucking fry and do his role.
Dude, I'm actually having nightmares because you guys just reminded me of something, and I'm sure you guys have gone through it. If you're at a teammate that whenever you brought up a play, right, and you want to have a discussion about it, instead of them like talking about the play and discussing the play with you, they deflected and they were like, "Yeah, but you did this play on this like scenario."
Yeah. That's annoying.
Projection, baby.
And
that's outside of the game.
And you know, and you know what's crazy? They would never brought that up.
No, that's always my point.
Bring anything up to them about
that's always my response. It's like, why the fuck didn't you bring it up when I made that play then? Like,
that's so much.
People holding ammo to wait to when they make a fuck up to bring up a fuck up you made 5 days ago that they didn't even bring up. Like,
somebody in the chat,
leave the lobby. Let me get somebody else.
Somebody in the chat, his name's Triv. He said there's a difference in criticism and belittling someone. If someone can't take criticism, then that's a bad attitude.
Sure. But this is another thing. Like,
that's true.
But like, dude, there might be
gotta respect. You gotta show respect to your teammates, bro.
There might be 5% of those situations that ever get like that heated that it ever becomes personal. It never should, but I think that's an exaggeration because it rarely does. And I would also say like back in the day, it definitely happened, but it didn't happen on like a serious level where you like truly believed that way about somebody. And like after the match, you guys did like continued that fucking fight, right? Yeah. Like it was very quickly scrapped and like heat of the moment situation. But I agree with you, Tom. Like belittling, that's not the way to get shit done.
I just want to make sure that's what we mean when
we're just talking about like heated arguments in the moment. Like you made a dumbass play. Look, this is why you made a dumbass play. Whatever.
If somebody's just like not respecting you or not respecting your teammates and just being disrespectful, that's just gonna cause problems within the team. That's just gonna cause problems and issues. Like that's a whole different thing. That's just personal issues and other shit that be going on. But I mean, for the most part, bro, if you're not talking, I want to move on because we've been going in circles about this conversation.
Can I ask?
Go ahead.
I want to move the topic slightly, Tom, because I want to ask you guys a question.
Okay.
Right, to his point about the Geo thing, Standy went on stream, and he didn't really he kind of addressed it, but didn't address it. Do you guys think when players get dropped off of like mixy situations like this, they should do a better job of really kind of explaining their POV so their stories out there and they're not kind of like just sort of dealing with the rumors and all this stuff, like they just kind of control the.
Well, I feel like that's what Standy did. I mean, didn't Standy go on stream and said, I definitely had moments where I was annoyed when we lost or went crazy and said some crazy shit, you know?
Wait, hold on. What was Ben's question?
Dude, do you think players don't control the narrative enough when they get dropped? They just sit there and just accept
but that's the thing, bro. Like sometimes, like if you end up doing that, like you just hurt your like people just like think you're like trying to like talk shit about someone that like about like the team because they dropped you. Like there's always that double-edged sword where like maybe you are in the right and maybe you definitely were done wrong and like you probably don't deserve the treatment. But like if you go out there and remember say it, sometimes you're just gonna be looked at as a bad guy, bro. There's no point.
When we dropped Clay for Damon and Clay made a YouTube video. Do y'all remember that?
That was a good video.
That was just 20 minutes of just spewing pure bullshit, controlling the narrative, and I'm like. All right,
I mean, bro. If you let the public run with like a dog shit narrative about you, it's just as much your fault if you're not going to correct them.
You're always allowed to say whatever the fuck you want.
People are using Dashy as like an example, but that's fucking Dashy, bro. It's different, right? Obviously, that guy has incredible amounts of support and fans from like all sorts of aspects of gaming, not just the Green Wall, just in general COD fans. Like, it's different when you're like a smaller player. Like, obviously, no offense to iLLeY, and obviously, like, it's obvious fucking Dashy's, like, huge. But you get the fucking point. Come on, guys. I mean, he's got to be smarter than that. You can't compare Dashy to Standy in this scenario.
I mean, iLLeY's a good player, too. I feel like...
What did iLLeY even do? I saw one Twitch clip where he was like, I like those guys, but fuck them. Like, what's wrong with that?
I mean, nothing. I don't think... Nobody was saying anything negative about it. I felt like a lot of people were supporting Standy. I don't think I saw a lot of hate towards Standy's way for saying what he said. I mean, I remember Standy saying that he pretty much was tweaking from time to time, or because
Bro,
sometimes things go wrong, and he was getting frustrated.
If I'm Standy,
he
I would have
admitted
been like, look, I don't even care that I got dropped. How the fuck is Purge on the team? That's what I would have been saying if I'm Standy. I would have been mind blown.
That was a bad thing. I said that.
Yeah, I would have been like, I feel
that?
disrespected that I got dropped before that guy.
You went on Standy put in quotes. You went on stream saying "fuck us" is like what I'm supposed to say. Yeah, bro, good move. Okay, so I guess iLLeY was getting some chirps. What from past teammates? iLLeY, what about you chirping?
He got dropped, bro. He
got dropped, bro. He got dropped. I mean, bro, you get dropped, bro. You can't expect him to say nice things.
Think about this. His ex-teammates were that soft that they talked to him about what he said after they dropped him?
Yeah,
shit, Standy, you might be better off.
Unless iLLeY said some crazy shit.
What's wrong with you?
Is iLLeY still signed? Like, is he a substitute, or did he get dropped? If he got dropped, and they're like going,
it's Vegas. He probably got dropped.
Yeah,
they're not gonna pay that money.
They're never gonna fucking tweet out. They'll do some AI generated fucking image thing, and
bro, dude, it's not. You want to look crazy? What iLLeY did is not worse than like people that got dropped or people that are like substitutes, literally preying on their team's downfall. You ever see that where like a team loses and like their substitute or like a player that was on their team tweets out some sly shit about their
like a GIF.
Well, I mean, that's just what's gonna happen too, and then it'll end up in a he said she said. Both parties will be yelling at each other. The player that got dropped is gonna be saying some shit, and the team's gonna be saying some shit, and it's gonna be like, who do you believe? Who do you not believe? It's a whole bunch of bullshit. But what do you guys think about Gio?
I don't know shit about him.
I think Gio's.
I like him. He played for FaZe Black, and I lost him the next day.
The problem is, Tom, this is a dysfunctional franchise. The only time this franchise was somewhat functional was last year, and even then they didn't qualify for champs. I think Gio's going to come in. They're still going to struggle. They're still going to get slammed. Probably get reverse swept like 2 more times a stage. And I don't think they're going to make it to champs. And honestly, over the last year, I got to talk about fucking Vegas and Paris Legion. I'm tired of talking about this.
I'm sure this
doesn't
guy
amount to anything, bro. Ever.
I'm sure this guy is solid. He's probably a good player, but I don't know what team did he come from? FaZe Black?
Yeah,
no, he
for
came
a day.
He was on FaZe Black for a second.
He was on FaZe Black for 1 day. Slay, I lost him.
He came from the team that got second at champs and then joined FaZe Black and then joined the or not champs. What am I saying? At Boston. Sorry,
if I'm him, I would have been wanting to bring a duo along.
Hey, you join FaZe Black, you going to the league, Slay. You join FaZe Black, you going to the league.
Oh my God, Tom's 100% from the field.
100%. ZooMaa.gg, go get your FC Black jersey, put that jersey on. Gives you more aim assist.
Oh, you might have to make like a multicolored FaZe squads just to start running into the league.
But we got the FaZe Academy too. You see the FaZe Academy, the U18 Academy team we have.
Under 18 guys, yeah.
Those guys are gross, bro. Those they're like 16 and 17, all of them. They're all just young as fuck. They're just straight shooters. But yeah, definitely. I think Gio's a good player. Anybody else have anything to say on this? Chris, I know you know Gio a little bit.
I think Gio's actually really, really, really good.
I thought it was a good pickup from Vegas.
I'm just afraid that now with
just
like
for
the
wrong
change,
guy.
like, listen, for all we know, maybe Purge, brings it back and he ends up playing way better. And they end up making a great change. But I just don't have faith. Like, it's not like we're talking about somebody that was playing under, like, they were playing average or like they weren't playing the greatest. And, they're expected to make a turnaround. No, we're expecting Purge with this move to potentially make a incredible turnaround, and I don't see that fucking happening.
Oh, I mean, dude, I hope he does. I genuinely hope. I hope he watches this show and gets motivated and wants to just come out and fucking world star and actually do it. I hope that happens, but I just don't see that being reality.
Vegas has probably one of the easiest split of anybody in the league. It gets really hard after this, mind you. Like, this is the split where they gotta get points because this is what they have in this order: LAG, Miami, Toronto, Boston, Thieves, Seattle, Carolina. No Optic, no FaZe, no New York. They play those teams in the next 2 stages. Their next 2 stages are incredibly difficult after this. But like, I'm not gonna fall for the trap if this team gets 3 or 4 wins against these teams just to get like maybe top 8 or top 6 at the next event, because major 3 and 4 they're gonna get slammed. Like,
yeah.
I guess a question I do have though, because part of this Vegas team's like glaring issues were like they were the least clutch team I've ever seen in my life, right?
It wasn't LAG, but this team couldn't win a fucking control until.
But they were also just not clutch. Like Game 5, they were not clutch at all.
Yeah, they were having
and they also got reverse swept all the time. And like, So I guess what my question
Three
is
times
like,
on one stage, Pat. 3.
no. So that's my question is like, does Gio fix this, like the fact that they're the least clutch team ever? Like, does a rookie coming out of challengers fix that issue?
No, it's a culture
be
thing with the
determined.
team, and it's not going to change because we know. Listen, it's just not going to change, bro. Unless somehow he gets a magical stroke of form and they pull up one weekend, they're all the best players of all time, and it just all clicks and they win 11 searches in a row. This team's going to be nothing, bro. Zero, nada, zilch.
Yeah, finito, finished.
Yeah,
Let's
Ben
move
hates
on.
Vegas.
Yeah, Ben does hate Vegas. I actually think I just think they made the change for the wrong person.
Bro,
I actually think if they
I
brought
hate
Gio in,
Vegas.
maybe brought in another player, like another submachine gun players, a few players they could have gotten. I think this team has a good shot
I hate
at
this
contending.
franchise because it's everything that is wrong with this era of esports. Like no engagement, no sponsors, no brand building, terrible decisions, dysfunctional culture. They've made it to like one final ever in
Jesus.
5 years and it was online. Like they are everything that's wrong about this franchise
Fucking
era of
hell.
esports that we're in.
Damn,
And I will be so happy when these guys are fucking gone.
damn.
God,
Dude, you've gone further than just the COD team right now.
I-
You
I-
like
I
you're in
have
the
just lost full
management,
at it.
marketing, communications,
fuck.
He
PR.
wants them to fail.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had that much passion
I'm
here.
just over this shit, bro. I'm just over it.
You know what I mean? They've had close games.
The
I just
best
feel like
team they
they're.
had was last year, and if they had given that team last year resources, gave them a facility, maybe those guys get a couple extra points online. They make it a chance, and who knows?
I didn't even think
I
the
agree
team
with
that they
Eli in the chat.
had
They
was
do have good
terrible.
players.
I just like they just needed to make a few different decisions. Like I thought they like picking up Nero, like attached, like even standing. I thought that was solid.
It
I
was
think they
solid.
could have worked with that. Like it's almost like being one like good piece away, not like an average piece, but like a good piece away. Someone that maybe has a little bit more experience, that's clutch, that's got a different mentality. Like, I mean, you can't fix the coaching and management issues. I think, you know, we already know what exists there, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think they were that
tired
far
of
off
shit,
in this
bro.
roster change period.
Well,
Yo,
let's
I'm
move.
here. I'm
tired.
fixing my light because it like fell off. The
You're good,
little
bro.
hinge.
Don't worry about it. Let's move on. Let's go over to the Seattle Surge. iLLeY has been removed from the roster, and Breszy.
Well, we don't know that. They didn't say that.
Oh, they didn't say that yet.
No, they didn't say shit about
shit.
it.
Oh, fuck.
League.
Oh
They
shit.
didn't say shit.
Well, I'm
it's
pretty
heavily-
sure
it's highly
iLLeY is
rumored.
being
It's highly
removed
rumored.
from the
Highly
roster.
rumored, but Seattle ain't
Highly
saying
rumored.
shit.
Highly rumored that iLLeY is being removed from the roster. I mean, listen, I'm pretty sure it's iLLeY. No,
No,
I mean,
I'm not saying like you leaked it. I'm saying like Seattle ain't even acknowledging that like he's not on the team.
Tom,
I
leaked
just, I,
it,
just
bro.
don't, I just don't think they want to listen. I don't know what's up with Inder once again, like being in these weird situations where they want to talk about it. But
yeah.
yeah, that's
Well,
everyone behind the scenes. Everything we've heard is that this is not for iLLeY getting dropped or Mboze getting dropped. This is for something going on with Inder, and they're bringing in a replacement. For
I mean,
whatever's
bro,
going on there.
Yeah, he
Ever
could still
since
be
the-
a substitute. I don't know about that. But
Yeah.
he could still be a
Ever
sub,
since that
but-
interview, I feel like the whole league hasn't acknowledged Ender. The team, the league.
I mean, they're gonna do
Sorry,
everything
bro.
they can to not say
Twitter?
it.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
I
gonna do
don't-
everything in their
we already
power to
had a
not
whole
acknowledge
convo
that
about this,
situation, bro.
Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing else more to say, but yeah, I mean, if you guys don't know Breszy, he's been around for a minute. I think really started playing international.
Wait,
I know.
Ben, what happened
What?
to your mic?
What happened to my mic?
He sounds different, right?
Dude, it sounds like you're pinching your nose. Am I hearing that?
Wait, talk, man, talk.
Is it better now, or is it still?
Oh,
fucked
it's
up?
better now, I think.
It's better.
All right, well, I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, no. So just to give some background on Breszy, like he's been around for a minute. Played in Black Ops 4, probably his like breakthrough game as far as playing like pro stuff. I think he made the league that year with the
He
Whalers
did.
and them. They were like a bottom-ish league team that year, but they were around. Then he was on the Vegas original Paris Legion squad and didn't get a starting roster. He rode the bench all year. Then he was in Challengers last couple of years. He was on that really good Texas Nation team for a while. He's just been in sort of in the wilderness. Last year was probably his best Challengers year. Played with Cobra, Linz, and Mboze, and they actually won the Toronto Open last year. So he won a LAN event in Challengers last year. So I'm not surprised he's getting picked up. He was playing solid last year. He's obviously got chemistry with Mboze. The question for me with Breszy, I don't know if you guys have heard,
The wobble
know if
bops.
is he here in North America right now, or is he in Europe?
Oh, well,
He was in Europe. They're gonna have to get him over.
Oh,
yo,
Jesus
hold on,
Christ.
hold on. How are they getting like? Think about this. The reality's got to be mind blowing.
Mind blown,
Like
bro.
Just watching all the.
he's
all
just
these
watching
Europeans.
these fucking people come in the league getting visas, and he's just like,
You get a visa. You get
Yeah, nah, he's gotta be fucking losing composure, bro. Looking at this shit. I mean, Brezy's definitely a good player, and I think so. Was Chris? He was a part of the original Awababobs, right?
Yeah, he was on the Awababobs.
So people are saying the only person who hasn't been picked up from the Awababobs is Cobra. He's the missing piece. He's the last one, and I know his name was being thrown around with LA Thieves. Cobra's name was being thrown around. Is there a scenario where you see Cobra go to this roster at the Seattle Surge?
I mean,
Let's go full French.
maybe. You want what's crazy though?
Full French team.
This pretty much like solidifies that Mboze staying on the sub because I'm pretty sure like
that's horrible.
Brezzy
That's
is
horrible
a
fucking
flex.
change.
Yeah, he's like I'm pretty sure he's a main. He's a not main, but he's
Wait, didn't
I think he's a
Brezzy
flex.
didn't he run a sub in BO4 though?
Yeah, he did.
Faded?
I'm pretty sure he's an AR, and he's been an AR for like the last couple of games. I think.
I
Cobra
mean,
and
if they're not
Liz were
dropping
the-
iLLeY, then I expect Mboze stays
I thought
on them.
Cobra. I thought Cobra and Linz were their subs in the Wobobobs. Maybe chat can correct me, but I think he's I think he
Chat's
runs
currently
a flex,
yapping,
maybe.
so.
Yeah, the
Well,
chat's yapping right now.
That's
Exactly.
currently
Yeah,
yapping.
but you see my
Cobra was an
picture?
AR.
I did.
Chat's saying he's SMG. Okay, well if chat's saying he's SMG, then maybe he does go back to an AR. I could be wrong. So
He should go back to
hopefully
an
I'm
AR.
wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong.
Well,
'cause
so-
I want
Think they're gonna
Mboze
run it
an
with this
AR.
roster, and if it doesn't work, they'll probably make another change.
I mean, listen. So Seattle, right? Last split, like great search team, but the respawns were a problem. And once you got rid of Terminal Hardpoint, like and you played them on
Your
some other
best
maps, yeah, it was tough. And now that you've removed the best player from the team, like I don't see how they continue to play an elite S&D level because of how much Inder was contributing to that.
Yeah.
And then the respawns, I think actually
This
right
team might
now,
be bottom
a
four, bro.
player- Bro, if iLLeY can step up on this team, that might cover some of the slaying they're losing with Inder coming out. Like try to adjust this with Brezy, but I don't know, man. This split might be real rough for Seattle.
This team
right now.
sucks.
Damn, Sam,
Also,
you're not a fan, Sam? You're not a
No,
fan?
bro, this team sucks. They
And
got
by
rid of
the
their
way-
best player. They're gonna get way worse at the only redeeming game mode that they had, and this team sucks.
Damn.
So and for all the
Mboze is
people,
still running a sub. This team
I don't
sucks.
even mind this. I don't even
worse
mind
and
this
worse.
pickup either.
I don't think he is.
Nah, Brezzy's
Chat's
a good
saying
pickup.
that Brezzy is a sub, so I think we should be okay in that front.
I guess
If
we'll
he's
see what
if
the
he
roles
runs
are.
a sub, then I'll be happy.
Well, then, wait. Well, I mean, like, if that's the case, then why not
Still
just
sucks.
keep Ender and get rid of iLLeY?
The Ender's got to be it's got to be an out of game thing.
Bro,
Yeah, don't have to tell you about that one, Pat.
listen, it could be a million out of game things. If the guy stops saying yo 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 in front of all his call outs, I'm good. Like, he's putting up numbers on the squad. That's all I need right now, because that's what this squad desperately
Bro,
needs
there's
is
no
some
way,
damn
bro.
kills.
Either way, bro, it's not a performance thing, bro. It's not. There's no way it's a fucking performance thing.
It's not.
If it's a performance thing, I'll literally fold myself
It
in
is
half
not.
and
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
it's
say
definitely-
it.
Hold myself.
But you
Listen,
get the fucking
What?
point.
This
What?
I would be mind blown.
the team's got to lock in, bro, because there's been
Hold myself in
GA
That's
breaking
crazy.
issues. I've heard they're not blacklisted anymore. They got to lock in and grind because they got a decent amount of points. This team should be in a
How do
position.
you even do that?
I don't
position
know.
to
You gotta
make-
break your ribs and fold yourself in half.
Bro, go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
From
I'm
the-
sorry, man. I'm
okay.
sorry about these
I'll go.
morons.
This episode is godlike.
back
Go
to my
ahead,
point,
man.
like,
I'm
This
sorry.
episode's the all timer.
team needs to lock in because they should make champs unless they miraculously blow a 40 CDL fucking point lead
This
here.
team sucks, Ben.
But they're not. This team is not going to be good enough to beat the Optic Phase in Toronto of the world. We saw that last split. I don't see
They
it
probably won't
changing.
even beat fucking LAG or Minnesota,
I
bro.
think they're going to really
Yeah.
struggle this stage. I
I
truly
mean,
think they're going to be
listen. For all we know,
dead last
Abuza,
potentially.
listen. I'm not a fan of the move, but I'm not gonna like sit there and be like, "Wow, they're the worst." Like they were not.
I don't
bad.
think they're the worst, but I think they
If
suck.
Brezzy runs a sub and he's a good sub, like that could pair well with Hook.
Pro
then
Luke said he
maybe
runs
that'd
an
be fine.
AR. He ran an AR major one.
Yeah, major one. But I'm saying people are saying he's gonna run a sub either way.
Okay.
And if Abuza is just fucking Pope on the AR, like, and Alec isn't just fucking getting.
You just
world
said
starred.
6 what ifs.
Well, I know, yeah. Listen, but I'm saying like the changes all can like they can all like come together at the
Yeah,
end of the day.
Oh,
I mean,
fuck
yeah,
me.
maybe
You never know.
the stars will align in the
Maybe
the,
pigs will fucking
Wait,
fly.
wait, wait.
Maybe
the
Chris will
ground
fold
will
himself in
shift
half.
in the
Maybe
fucking.
Maybe I'll break my
we're-
ribs, fold myself in half, and
What?
We're gonna find out very quickly because 2 of the 3 first 3 matches are New York and
Hold
Toronto.
on. I need to say something real quick, Ben.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the chat, I saw. Obviously, there's a lot of yapping, but before all that, I obviously said that I would rather have Ender on my squad because he's actually going to perform, and I'm just going to address this now just to get it out of the way. Like, regardless of the accusations currently against Ender, you might as well and I'm telling you this honestly, you might as well accuse 80% of the league for the exact same shit. So just to keep it clear, the absolute truth, if I'm on a squad, yes, I want Ender on my team other than someone putting up a 0.5. Just a fact.
My fault.
My fault.
80% of
Just keeping it clear.
My fault. 80%. Yes, yeah, my fault. 80% of the league.
At least.
Yeah, I was curious. Didn't somebody tweet something about a drug testing thing and how the drug testing, it says if it's in your system, but not how much you took, or is that? Did you
I
guys
think it was
read that?
Denza who said
the
that.
drug testing system.
I'm
is
pretty sure it was
dog shit, and
Denza.
I know a little bit about it because
I actually, no bullshit, had no idea they couldn't test for how much, and I was doing the drug test.
Whenever I was
insane.
on the Decimate team and they qualified for the Pro-Am, they got drug tested, and or they said they were they could be drug tested. And they basically explained it to us, and it gets to a point where as long as you have a script, they won't care. And even if you don't, let's say you get caught and you don't have a script, they're not going to do anything to you right away. They'll give you time to come back with a script, etc., etc.
I don't know how true that is. That's a pretty crazy thing to say.
When did that start?
What the guy told me. That's literally what the guy told me.
Sam, when did the actual?
I'm just saying, I don't know if that's true or not.
When did the actual drug testing start, Sam? Because it was in the contract from the beginning, yeah, but none of it did not happen once in 2019.
I think Vanguard
for the first year.
Vanguard was the first year I got actually drug tested.
So for the first 2 years they didn't do anything, but it was in the CDL contract.
I think so.
Well,
yeah, I'm pretty sure Vanguard was the first year I got drug tested.
It's Vanguard major one because Cold War. Remember, we didn't have lands until the end of that. Like they were.
What they do? You had to pee in a bottle.
Nah, it's like an oral thing.
What?
Yeah, so it's like a little swab. You fucking saliva test that shit.
Okay, saliva and shit, like the Q-tips.
Yeah, you gotta sit there. It tastes like my ass.
Hate that shit.
You gotta sit there for 15 fucking minutes with that shit. Dude.
Yeah. No, that shit.
Wait, was it worse than the COVID test?
Yeah, bro. That shit. It actually tastes like battery acid.
I didn't think the COVID test was that bad, but maybe because I got a big nose, I didn't even feel it in there.
Wait, which one did you do, Tom?
The one where they shove it up your nose. I didn't think it was that bad.
Like the one where they go deep, or like just a little swabby one?
The big
I don't know. I thought they were all the same. They just shoved it. They didn't.
No. One goes deep, Tom, and one was just like a little nostril swab.
I don't know.
One of them itched my brain.
Yeah, that's the deep one.
I don't know. Yeah, I've gotten that one before. It wasn't that bad, guys. It wasn't that bad. You thought it was bad?
Damn, I didn't know you
sneezed right after, bro.
Really? I didn't think it was that bad, actually. But maybe I'm just tripping. It might be the nose, man.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
okay.
Pat. I'm telling you, it might be the nose. Maybe I didn't even feel that shit, bro. I don't know. Or maybe I just did the other one you were talking
There's
about.
a lot of room in there, Tom. You didn't feel it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just, the ratio's there. But it is what it is.
A lot of space up there.
Yeah, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Listen, is there
Like
anything
rolling a
else you
ball
want to
down a
say?
hallway.
Yeah, exactly. Anything else you want to say, Sam, or anybody? I'm Brezzy. Anybody? Anybody at all?
Bro.
I think Brezzy's solid. I've always thought
He's a solid player.
So,
He's a good player.
Yeah, so I'll be
I'm
interested
excited
to see.
He gets an opportunity now. So shout out to Brezzy, man. We're excited to watch you play, see what you can do, man. And then, of course, some sad news for Prestinni, as he is no longer competing in Call of Duty. He is retired from the game of COD. This is a world champion right here, folks. Obviously, this is Arcedy's brother, Alex, still in the league competing, but I just think Preston's done with that challenger cycle. I just don't think he wants to be in there no more. I think he's just done with it, and he's just over with it, and he's just like, man, it's just an ongoing cycle. Probably just didn't see a area where he can get back in. I mean, I could definitely see maybe one day if franchising goes away or if the league changes and it goes more to like an open pool bracket type of thing and pool plays and like something back in it. Like it was back in the day where more organizations are in and, more players can play. But as of right now, I just think he's just out. He's out, bro. He doesn't want to do it anymore. And obviously, I just wanted to show some love to Preston because he was a great player and he's a great dude. And hopefully maybe one day we see him come back. So shout out to Preston, man. Shout out to Preston. I'm sure he'll still be playing maybe from time to time and live streaming. Not really too sure what he's doing next, but... good luck to him until whatever.
Don't forget, guys. Mboze also retired.
Yeah, guys. Mboze also retired. Yeah, Mboze also retired. Yeah,
Post tweet that he retired.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys.
After 10 years, he had to make sure he announced the official retirement.
To log back in,
Did he delete his retirement? I think he deleted it. Oh, no, here it is.
That tweet's probably still there. But yeah, I mean, Preston had a great career. Obviously that United stint that he had going all the way back towards, 2017 Atlanta when, him him, Alec, and Pierce got on the scene. They were team with Sully, who had been around for a while, but that was their breakthrough thing. And from there, he was on United for a minute, and they were a very, very good team. Won a bunch of chips, culminating in obviously winning the last champs for the
Look at the second
CDL.
tweet, Tom.
Yes, it's a good response from Mboze, bro.
He said, "What a career!" The second tweet, the one up here.
What a fucking career.
Yeah, he's too funny, bro.
Yeah.
He's too funny.
But,
absurd routes today in your honor.
Nah, I seen this one. I was playing rank play with Bose, and I agree with him on this, bro. Everybody's cheating, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck. Everybody's cheating. Until I see it on land, bro. You're cheating, bro. You're cheating. I'm over
I think
it.
you're cheating, Tom.
You think I'm cheating, Chris?
Yeah.
Chris,
PC COD era has been
Chris, are you kidding me?
interesting to say the
You're
least.
fired.
I wish we never came to PC because it just feels so much better than console. But then I just gotta get hacked on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
know.
I wish I
Hacking's been
never
bad,
knew what
bro.
the other
Hacking's been
side
pretty
looked
bad.
like.
And I know
mean,
for a
dude,
fact people are hiding it well.
dude,
Ignorance was
consoles-
bliss, bro.
Consoles nowadays aren't bad.
No, they're bad, bro.
No, they're not that bad. Like, think about it this way: they're at least 120 FPS now. Like back in the day, we were 60 strictly.
Bro, the amount of times
oh,
I have to
yeah.
explain to my
But
casual
compared to
viewers
PC,
in
it's
the
still
chat
ass.
that only
Oh,
watch
of
ranked
course.
who I'm playing with and that they have literally competitive experience. I'll be playing with literally semi-pro players, people that were in the league before, people that are like currently like placing well at challengers events, and they're like, "Oh, dude, I think that guy's cheating." I'm like, "No, he literally just got like 4th at the last major. Like he's good. He's been playing for a while." And like
Wait.
it's explaining it is so hard.
Tom, I actually just found a picture of you from your last COVID test. No
yeah,
wonder
yeah,
you
yeah.
didn't. No wonder you didn't feel it, Tom. No wonder.
Let's take a peek.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy, bro. That's insane, dude. Come on, Slay. You don't gotta do me like that. It's like, Jesus, fuck. Man, Slay, does my nose look like that?
Nah, only when you're a little sick, Tom. Only when you're a little
Fuck,
sick.
man. Shit. But we got one more thing on the list. Ben, I'll let you take it away.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to open the garage, but
Yeah,
this
this is
thing's
an
not
all-time
loading.
episode, bro.
Yeah,
this is
so-
an all-timer.
Well, let's look ahead a bit. So
Yeah, take it over
obviously,
here, Ben.
there's been a lot of restructuring in Activision / Microsoft, whatever the fuck we're calling it these days. But we're getting to the point in the cycle where people are not only talking about COD 2024, but also talking about COD 2025. We've seen now over the last couple of years that the way that Activision or the Call of Duty team is structuring these releases, pretty much every studio is like pitching in on some portion of these games, but one studio is usually like a lead studio. And so currently at the point, the 2025 Call of Duty game does not have a main developer. It was meant to be Sledgehammer, but basically at the moment they really don't want to do it. So open question on who's gonna do it. Pat, I know you're obviously on the game dev side. Like, what are your thoughts on? I don't know if you read the Insider Gaming article, but it was pretty interesting on some of the inside track on how some of this is being structured for not the upcoming title, but the title after the next title.
So to my understanding, Infinity Ward and Sledge have their own titles, right, for 2026, 2027. Treyarch obviously has into this year, 2024. I saw a lot of people in response to a lot of Twitter threads and this tweet in general talking about like, we want Treyarch to do the back-to-back. I would argue that you don't want that. Because what's gonna happen is they're just gonna have to split their resources, right? And so like you're gonna basically have a diminished version of this 2024 title, and then an even half baked version of the 2025 one. So in my opinion, like I would want Treyarch, if I'm a COD fan, to go all out on their title, and then maybe obviously maybe support the next title, but have another lead studio take it on.
Yeah, the article mentions that High Moon, which has
They've
only
been working
recently-
mostly on Warzone though, no?
Warzone. So they're working on Transformers games before all this shit. Then
Bro,
they were working on
this
War.
is
Then they
so
were working on
fucked.
Warzone. Go ahead, Chris.
They're gonna have a studio that's never worked on never fully worked on a COD game, just take over the reins entirely of a COD game.
but COD's a
This
little
is-
different though, because all they're gonna do is just take the base of whatever whichever engine and game that they're gonna take from, and I'm assuming based on the rumors, it's gonna be like basically a V2, right? How MW2 to MW3 did.
It's Treyarch.
So there's really like I'm sure Treyarch probably will still oversee this title regardless of who the lead developer is, but like I think you overthink it when you think like High Moon wouldn't be capable. Like they're making maps, they're making UI, loadouts, guns, weapons, like I don't think High Moon would be any less capable at doing what's going to be required in this V2.
The way COD works as a franchise is a mess, bro. The amount of studios and like different teams trying to add stuff to the game is crazy. Like I don't even want to know.
It's
how
because they
it goes on.
They basically, and I don't know what your guys' thoughts. We've talked forever about COD becoming a live service game, and it kind of has, but in a very like shoehorn way. You still got to pay $70 every year to buy the fucking game.
Oh, they have an insane live service game. They have a $70 subscription model. What do you mean?
Fucking crazy.
Bro, I'm skipping COD in 2026. That's all I know.
Us so, bro. We've been all finessed.
I'm going to extra fine in 2026.
They have people paying $70 every year plus DLC during the game. They have the craziest subscription system ever.
So we'll see as more. I mean, this is going to probably be an ongoing story probably throughout the spring and in the summer. And you know, if you guys don't follow Tom Henderson, the Inside Gaming guys, like they do get the inside track on the info here. So eventually, I'll probably find out who's going to take the lead.
They're off sometimes though.
Yo, Pat, your game going to be out by 2026?
2026. That's crazy.
Is it? Is your game going to be out so I don't have to play the IW game?
Sam, just know like you'll have the dope that you need.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
So, summer 2026.
Well, Pat, wasn't it discussed on a earnings call for Ubisoft that your game's got to come out by the end of Q1? Is that true?
Yeah, that was on that was also mentioned last year. I think like 2 earning calls before where they mentioned like they wanted to Ubisoft as like the HQ wanted to get XDefiant out within fiscal their Q4 fiscal year, which is January to March. Or into March, sorry.
That's calling me a Fed. I'm just telling you what was discussed in Ubisoft's earning call.
But that's been consistent messaging through multiple earnings calls.
Fair enough.
Welcome back, ZooMaa.
Yeah, my bad. The queen was stuck outside and the garage opener broke. It's not working.
And the best thing been talking about, the $70 subscription model is we're entirely free to play.
Yep.
Wow.
So I'm excited for this game to eventually fucking come out. So.
And I feel like you're gonna be grinding. I feel like you're gonna get to that point where you're like golf stream, XDefiant morning grind. Like I'm foreseeing
Sounds
that
like a
now.
vibe.
This is gonna be a good mix when XDefiant comes out for sure.
Sounds like a vibe. Well, listen, Benjay, why don't you sync us a puck? Because I think that was every topic we had. Unless anybody else has any final moments, any final thoughts.
Remember, we're back
all the way back, all the way.
Ben, I want you to hit that motherfucker from 25.
Look at Ben's Nike shirt.
That'd be that'd be a crazy camera angle.
That's what I'm saying, Pat. I want him to fucking tee up and chip from his fucking kitchen.
Will Ben sink the
Just go in the hallway?
Yeah, exactly.
The pole
to fucking
is
rip
live,
a driver from his bedroom into the hole.
We got to start getting him to do like trick shots, like setting up like
on top of his counter.
Yeah. Like banking off like a random thing.
You know what I said? Yo, he should open up his window and hit a driver, bro. Just drive that motherfucker just out.
just blow out someone's window across the street.
Let it rip, baby. Just let it rip. I don't know where it'll end up, but just let it fucking rip.
Perfect cameo in Benjay's apartment.
Unless
smash the TV with a golf ball.
Oh, he's got slippers on today. This might fuck up the whole flow.
Oh, this is a miss. This is a miss.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I can't even see the ball because of his mic.
Why is it blue?
Move the mic back. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. It's good.
Jesus.
He's gonna step up to the plate. He's got his slippers on.
He's got slippers on. That means an L. Slippers is a miss.
10.3 million on him making it.
Slippers
7.5 on him missing it. And he misses it. He goes wide right and it rolls back down.
Misses. Slippers are a miss.
He was off
Slippers
balance.
are a miss every time. Slippers are a miss every time. Slippers are a miss every time.
Oh, he's going for it again?
Oh, man. He's going for another one. And he missed that one as well. And he missed that one.
Slippers are a miss.
That one rolled back down. That was wide left and it rolled back down. Yeah. That you 0 for 2, man. 0 for 2.
No, I counted.
Now the second one rolled behind it. It rolled back down into it. You missed it.
That's never been a roll.
Then you missed the putt because you couldn't feel the earth beneath your feet.
No, I missed
That's
the putt.
crazy.
Like it's a long putt, and I'm lining at the end of my fucking.
You needed that
mat,
shit like
right?
Toph from Avatar. You needed to feel the ball.
Fine.
That's crazy.
You needed to feel the vibrations
crazy.
of your miss.
Well, let's see, guys. That's gonna do it for us today. Unless anybody has any final thoughts. Any final thoughts?
Head empty.
Head empty. Phenomenal. Guys, listen, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, look, we got a little special guest. Hey, what's up, buddy? All right, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Go to anchor.fm/theflank. Check out all the audio sites we're on. Go follow @theflank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running socials, so make sure to go follow @theflank. Go to ZOOMAFIA.gg. Go check out the merch. We got some more merch that's going to be dropping there, so just make sure to go and show some over there. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. As always, take care, brush your hair, and we'll see you guys next time on another episode of The Flank, man. Take it easy, guys. Have a good one. Take it easy.